Wait. Oh no! Hey! How's it going, everyone? I said okay to him, and then I was like, oh wait, and that was my fault. Sorry, Mark. Hi, everyone. Welcome to D6 Games, and we are D6 Stories. We're gathering together, and we're going through a campaign of Storm King Dragon, and then suddenly my phone turned on.
Thunder.
Storm King's Dragon. I'm distracted because I suddenly heard myself coming out of my phone because I have Twitch Live. Now, the reason I say that, I don't know how many people we have watching. Do we have 4? All right. The reason I'm having my phone on and allowing it to distract me is because today we're going to do listener feedback and interactions. So, we are going, at a certain point, I'll let you guys know, but I'm going to want some suggestions through the chat, which means you guys can't watch the chat. Okay?
Okay, even though I'm a mod, okay.
Right. Yeah. Well, okay. If you're the moderator, is anyone else watching it normally? Yeah. I mean, you're a tech guru, right? Anyway, so I'm going to ask for some of you to give some suggestions on different baddies that these guys could encounter. Now, I'm going to choose from them, the ones that I think I can use or whatever. But feel free. I mean, you're like, I don't think this is possible to make this, thing show up. Now, just keep in mind, let's not do a challenge rate. What level are you guys at?
We're third.
3?
So the Mind Flayers are out.
Yeah, Mind Flayers are out.
Glitches are out.
Beholders.
Let's stay under.
Krakens.
Let's stay under challenge rating of 5, or not. You know what? Actually,
He's gonna kill us all. It's
you know
fine.
what? Here's the thing. Just because you guys face something doesn't mean you have to fight it, right? We kind of learned that
Right.
last week, right, Colin? We learned that. Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah, so we learned that last week. So, just to catch you up on Storm King Dragon's things. Yes. That was just to get a look from
From
Rachel. She has a really funny, icy glare. Anyway, so I'm Jeff, I'm our DM. We're going to go around and everyone say who you are and who you're playing.
Alright, I am Mark, and I am playing Key, the Eric Cochran Druid.
I'm Luann. I am playing Adri, who is an Eladrin wizard.
Let's see, I'm Daniel. I'm playing Captain Hidden Scratch, the Deaderific Rogue.
The Deaderific. That's right.
I'm Rachel. I'm playing Zatari, the Tiefling Bard.
Very good.
I'm Mike. I play Sark, the half-orc cleric of the Forge.
I am Colin. I play Mushu, the lizard folk cleric of life.
And I'm Dave. I play Taman, the has been exposed as an Aasimar cleric of light.
Of light. Awesome.
So,
All right.
so I think we should take
This is
a
the
minute
cleric
to
end of the
introduce
table.
our new player to the table.
Oh, right.
Well-
This is Mike. He
Oh,
shaves
yeah.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he shaved.
Yeah.
Shave and a haircut.
Yep.
2 bits.
Mike's
strange.
Mike's face is gone.
It's still here. It's
Yeah.
just less of it.
Yeah, just less of it. All right. So our characters have finished up kind of a section of adventuring around the town called Nightstone. They came in, and Nightstone had been attacked by something. There were some goblins in there, and they kind of started trying to figure out what's going on. They find out some giants show up. Some cloud giants specifically show up in a floating
Some?
castle.
There's more than one
Um,
in this castle or town.
no, this is back over Nightstone.
Oh,
At
okay.
Nightstone Castle. And so they attacked Nightstone. They helped find the villagers that had taken off and gotten captured by some goblins. They went back and learned a lesson. And now they have 3 clerics instead of just 2.
Jeff, I hope you know that lesson will shadow us through our entire campaign.
It probably will. And I was really thinking about it the other day, what are my players telling me if they're feeling like they should have 3 clerics?
You can make this more dangerous.
I don't think this was planned.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't planned.
Hey, you know what? I like If it's not planned, then it's random, and I like random. So,
I just like playing clerics.
right, all right.
Don't worry, Jeff. We all already prepped our second character as cleric.
As a cleric, good. So I can just keep
Yes.
rolling the damage, baby.
And I prepped another backup as a paladin, so
Okay, cool. Get a paladin. Okay, well, they're already making backup characters, if that tells you anything. Because last week someone did die. We had our.
We've lost 2.
Well,
One of them came back.
technically we've only lost one.
Jeff, are you gonna put your kill count?
We
on
just
your-
had 2
on your
deaths.
thing?
Oh yeah. We have had 2 deaths. Adri
Gets to stay alive.
did die, but
alive.
she
She got brought
was
back.
brought back due to a well-timed roll of a natural 20 and some. Yeah, it worked out really well for her. Not so much with the halfling monk. And so they have. They were setting out to Tribor. They have a quest to set out to Tribor to contact some next of kin, some people in Nightstone. As they're going along, they are encountered by yet another cloud giant flying contraption. This time it's just a big tower. Stairs come down, and they decide to go up it. With no indication of what's going on, they just were like, "Let's go," and thankfully they took the hook. As I was reading this, I'm like, if they know storm giants, why would they put a cloud giant, why would they put another cloud giant to help them? Wouldn't every adventuring party see that and be like, screw you, we're out of here, right?
I mean, to be fair, he basically led the charge, and I was like, no way, come back! And
Yes.
everybody's like, oh, fine, we'll go.
I was
Colin-
pushing the horses up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 1,000
No, he put a
stairs
call.
later.
Oh,
Yeah.
him.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that
kidding.
him,
Golden
yes.
Goose.
Yeah.
Mushu.
I want the self-playing heart.
So they encounter a rather eccentric wizard cloud giant that doesn't seem to be real fully there, and he's confused. He feels it's like he's met them before, but he hasn't, but he has, and they're not really sure what that means. And he went off to kind of get clarification on what's going on because he seems rather confused. And then he said, "I'll be right back," and then it's been a while. And we had some fun encounters between other characters. I mean, I still love this relationship here. It's just because early on you two found each other. Mainly, he stuck to you
Following
and
me
have been
for
following you
weeks.
around. I mean, you are. I mean, let's be fair. I don't know if everyone online has had a chance to see it yet. You are a pretty good-looking tiefling. So like. That might be, maybe Scratch doesn't really care, but anyway, so it's a lot of fun to watch him really just stick with you and kind of mess with you and annoy you.
We all look the same to him.
Yeah, that might be true, right? We had a really big
Can you
interaction
even see the color of my
here.
skin?
We had a special gift from the past that was given that matched another gift
That
from the
matched
past.
something, and now Taman's like, oh my gosh, I have friends.
Yep, Taman has found a
Never had that before.
So we have some really beautiful, and if you didn't catch that last week, just go back and watch that. It was really cool.
Last week was a really powerful
Yeah,
session.
it was.
Powerful episode.
Yeah.
It was-
So
The lowest of lows in the depths and the highest of highs in the clouds.
yes, it was. Yeah, it
Literally,
was. Last year
yes.
was a good one. If you're, yeah, it's worth going back and listening to. So anyway, so we had a real special encounter there. A real strong bond has been formed between these two clerics.
Taman and Sark.
Damon and Sark have developed a pretty strong bond. Anyway, so you guys are finding yourself inside the cloud, and so while this is going on, I'm interested. Who's watching this interaction? Okay.
'Cause I'm
Okay.
playing.
What are you doing, and what are you doing? And you. I want to know what you three are doing while this is kind of happening. And we're here.
Yeah, so I'm actually kind of guarding the horses.
Okay.
A little bit of background about my character. As an Aarakocra, I live up in the mountains a lot of times. Hippogriffs are not common, but they're known to us. And from what I know of hippogriffs,
Isn't it just griffins?
or sorry, griffins, not hippogriffs, sorry, griffins in my region, is that they tend to favor horse meat.
I mean, who wouldn't? Okay, so you're out there guarding the horses, keeping an eye out on those griffins.
And I have unshaped shift from a horse.
Okay.
Because I do not want to be a primary
You
target.
okay. All right, what are you up to?
I'm probably inside with the majority of the people.
Okay.
Just hanging out, waiting for. I don't know what.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this moment between the two, at least soften the hardened winter soul?
There might be some fine.
Okay. She's an Eladrin, and so
Let's see, were
Her
they
name
her
was-
season right now
were
is
they hippogriffs or griffins that are up?
Griffins.
They were
Griffins.
griffins.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Higher sea.
It's okay.
Also, I will not be watching them. I changed my mind.
Okay. I'm gonna go with you then. What are you doing?
Scott's just going to have a look around, see if he can find anything valuable around.
Okay. Well,
Look for that golden goose.
sure. Look for the golden goose that supposedly the fella has. Okay. Just give me an investigation. What are you doing?
So because I am currently bonded with him, I will kind of be keeping an eye on him. But other than that, I will be currently chasing my tail.
Okay. All right. I really thought you were going to give me something because you're new to the emotions thing. This was a pretty emotional thing that just happened here, and you bonded to him.
That's true.
I don't want to tell you how to play your character, but this is something we found out about our new lizard folk friend. Mushu, that's right.
Mushu.
That Mushu has been blessed, if you could call it that. At times, it might not feel like much of a blessing with emotions, because normally lizard folk don't have it, and he is adjusting to it. So.
He has a very interesting relationship with his god. It's, but I'll be chasing my tail, and then I'll see kind of the exchange happen, and kind of some eyes, some tears, and I'll run over to him.
All right. Okay. So this beautiful
Group
moment.
hug.
Oh, you let him in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you were touched by
Okay.
this.
Taman
Wow.
Okay.
David
He was.
Yeah.
I told you last week.
I love it.
Taman was openly crying.
Oh man. All right. So we have a little hug going on over here.
The
All right.
clerical hug.
Yeah. What'd you get for your investigation?
8.
8. All right. Yeah. There's nothing really sitting around. Definitely not a golden goose. I mean,
Okay, no
those would
goose.
probably stand out.
I don't know,
Yeah. You don't see any goose droppings.
like food or drinks.
Yeah. So he brought you some water. It looks like he.
Did someone swim in that?
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of soaked in it for a while. He's a lizard. You know, they do that.
Water, no.
You like them.
And
Them?
yeah, no, there's not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot in
Not a
the
whole
tower
lot.
to
Not
do,
right now.
really.
I mean, because there's no stairs. It's just kind of there's like a hole in the ceiling that he just flies up into. You know, levitates. He doesn't really fly. You know, but okay. So as you guys are inside, you're the first to notice. You guys, the where you're at. You know, the stairs like went straight down. The stairs where you guys would go out, like kind of foof away. You guys start moving north.
Okay.
We're just heading north.
So your exit is now officially gone.
We did
Oh,
tell
you
him
said-
Tribor, right?
I don't remember. Did you?
I don't think we
I don't
talked to him about where we were going yet. So.
Oh, okay.
So I'm outside and everyone else is inside. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of step inside and let the party know what's currently happening.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys have started moving.
Like moving. Flying.
Yeah.
Also, the stairs are gone.
What?
Well, I would assume he wouldn't leave the stairs down if we're moving. That seems like
Well,
just an accident
He,
waiting to
he,
happen.
he did offer to take us somewhere. We might want to let him know where that is a little sooner than later.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
oh,
he's
all
still,
right. Excuse me, Mr. Sephiroth.
Oh, nice remembering the name. Yes.
Where are we headed?
he says, "North."
North, north to where exactly?
To
Alaska.
yeah.
There is no Alaska here.
He says, well, to Bryn Shander like last time, right?
No, we're headed to Tribor.
Tribor? Oh, like the time before last time. Wait. He's kind of like, well. And
Could you take us to Tribor?
he kind of, you would like to go, okay, we can, yes, set coordinates for Tribor, okay. And I don't know if you'd say set coordinates, but, you know.
Thank you.
And he comes, and so he comes back, so then he comes back down. And then well, okay, so you know how like when he introduced himself and then he started pointing out some of you,
Yes.
you know?
Actually, most of us.
He starts doing that again. Like he starts interacting with you like, oh, good to meet you. And he's like, my name is Zephyros, and he starts like introducing himself again, and he's like, but this time, you know, like he had he knew who you were, and he didn't know who you were, but this time he does, and this time he's forgotten who you are, and he's
Okay.
yeah.
So, how do you know us?
Listen, well, we've met before.
I understand that you think we've met before. When did you meet us before? And why did you say the first time or the last time we went to
Bryn Shander.
Bryn Shander? Thank you. And the time before that we went to Tribor, which is where we're going this time.
Yes, well, it's rather hard to explain. In fact, I used to be so skilled at holding it all together, but you know, you can only pass out so many times, and oh dear.
Pass
Okay.
out.
Hi, and he kind of like goes back into it again, and then he's like,
You're the one steering this ship, right?
well, I mean, I said it, and it's going, and I don't have to stay there with it, you know.
Oh, okay.
And he's like,
Okay.
you were up there with me. Don't you remember? I showed you how it worked. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yes, we haven't met before.
No, yes. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
so-
Well, we have.
Well, we have? Okay, good. So, I have a question. Giants and small folk working together, for or against?
Oh, very much for.
Okay, that's good to know.
Very
That's
much
good to
for.
know.
Yes, you're just. Do you know what is the little yellow things that you guys grow and then farm and you crush it up into all kind. It's corn.
Or
yes.
wheat.
Have you ever added a little bit of pig fat to those kernels when they're dry and heated them up? You ever seen what happens? Yes, it pops, right? See,
Yeah.
this little thing filled with so much potential, right? That's you! It's, yes,
Filled with
you-
potential, and then we
so
pop and
much
be filled
potential.
mostly with air.
Yes, well, no, don't follow it that far.
Okay.
But,
So you're saying we might wind up as food in someone's belly?
well, that does happen. I mean, when you're
All right,
as
does
small
that
as you
happen if
are.
we go to Bryn Shander or if we go to Tribor?
Oh, well, unfortunately, that specifically I'm not allowed to actually talk about.
Okay,
Allowed by-
okay, who says you're not allowed to talk about that?
Well, it doesn't have a name.
Well, that's not very helpful.
It doesn't have a name. Can you describe it to us? Does it have a form?
It's a presence more than a form. Listen, when I talk too much about this, people think I'm crazy.
I wonder why.
I'm not crazy.
I would never think you were crazy.
I don't think you have to worry about us.
So he goes
I mean, he's
into
smarter than I am, so that says something.
yeah.
I think you're perfectly normal. And then I try and scamper up and pat him on the head. I try and climb up his body.
So he kind of goes into an explanation about how He's got the ability to contact other places.
Okay.
But reach and that these places are filled with great knowledge and understanding of how everything works, and sometimes they're able to see things that are going to happen, and sometimes they're wrong. But the problem is that often it's not that they don't know what's going to happen, it just kind of depends on what other people do, which is going to make it happen.
Okay. So,
And that's kind of how he describes it.
all right. So, can you tell us why some other giants were dropping rocks onto Nightstone, and why would they take the Nightstone from the city?
He tells you that, again, I can't do the voice the whole time. I'm far too tired for that. No, okay, come on, Jeff. All right. So, he says, you will know the answer to that question. But every time I've told you the answer to that question, it doesn't end well.
Like we die.
It's not my place
Again?
All
to
right.
tell you.
So,
I'm sorry.
okay. No,
You can't-
that's okay.
So many times, I've battled over. I knew you were going to ask me that question. Sometimes you don't ask me. This time, it's most of the time you do. It's like 88%. Anyways, and he said, yeah. So he just says, it's for your safety. I can't tell you. If you continue down this path, you will find out. But you need to find out at the right time. Sometimes, have you ever heard the phrase, knowledge gives great power to those who wield it?
Yeah.
Can one wield knowledge?
It's
Sometimes-
a
With
metaphor.
a pen.
He says sometimes great knowledge is a curse. And then he actually mentions, they're called, he's like, have you ever heard of an Aleph before?
Of a what?
Aleph.
No.
Anyone with Arcana?
Hey, I actually have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Religion or history?
Yeah,
Well, actually,
anyone
that's-
proficient with Arcana, give me a roll. Or a bard.
No, I'm proficient with Arcana.
Oh, good!
The
Okay.
10.
So 10? A 10, you've heard, it's something to do about, oh yeah,
18.
18.
Much better.
Yeah, so this is a wizard that literally stumbles across information too great for it, and it like kills it, drives it insane. And then it spends its undead life, cursed with the knowledge, trying to get someone else to learn it so that it can finally move on. So it says, have you ever heard of an Aleph? That's a great example of great power. Sometimes great knowledge can lead to great destruction.
So, changing the subject a little bit, since we're going to Tribor, and we're taking, I'm assuming, a fairly direct route since we are
Now as direct as you can get.
flying. How long is it going to take us to get there?
He says, what's it? What's their week called? Just a 10-day?
Yep.
10.
Yeah. He says, somewhere around the 10-day, maybe a little longer.
Okay.
We have to entertain ourselves for 10 days.
You wouldn't happen to have any books, would you?
He's a wizard.
Please.
Do you speak giant?
Yes.
Okay.
No. I don't.
He's like, yeah. Well, hang on.
Giant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
Big
Thank
for
you.
your hand.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
4.
Plus,
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh.
See, I was always told 7s.
Oh.
She actually hit 7 pretty quickly though.
Oh.
Like 6 to 7 is her norm.
I speak some insane languages.
Okay. Yeah. He says, well, I don't care to much read for others, but
No. I read and
Oh,
speak
sorry. Read
giant.
others. I didn't mean to say for. I don't care to read much of others' work. I'm far too busy cataloging everything that I have seen. So I have actually written many tomes.
Perhaps you would allow me to proofread some of your stuff.
Sure, he'd be happy. He's like, I'm writing it so people can read it.
Is it in
Okay.
common?
No, it's in giant.
Sad.
No.
Whatever book he takes, I will just be looking over his
Well,
shoulder.
okay, so he says, I am just right? And he flies up and comes down with a big old book, weighs about 100 pounds, right? Big old book. And
So his book is probably going to be as tall as I am.
it's big.
Yeah, so just
He-
lay
he
it
brings-
down on the
He
floor.
brings down a few. And
I cannot carry that book.
yeah, you're right, you can't. It's so big you literally couldn't do it.
I
So
can barely
he
push it.
kind of, so he grabs it and he's like, now this isn't against little folk, but I don't want to put it on the floor. You understand.
Oh, sure.
So he puts it on his table.
Sure.
And then he offers to like lift you up.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And so he kind of lays them out, and he talks about how this one is from when he took a visit to the plane of chaos,
Okay.
right? And this one is the accounts of his master that he learned a bunch from. So it's kind of the
Biography of his
that he's
master.
wrote of his master. And then the other one is a book about it's it's a book of his jokes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just is like, and he keeps, like he's like, well, this one's really interesting and all this, and then of course my master was a great man and all this kind of stuff, but he keeps referring over and over to the joke book, over and over and over,
Okay.
right? Like he really wants you to read the joke book,
Okay.
okay?
I'll start with the joke book.
I
I hope the jokes are complete. I'm thinking they might not be.
Well, and there you come across part of the problem with this, right?
Yes. Oh, I see. You have to make up your own punchline. Excellent.
Yeah, there's something like that. There's definitely a few of them that are like that, and he just forgot what he was doing, right? Well, but here's the thing.
There's
This is-
a chapter titled Giraffes. What's
Yep.
that about?
But see, that's earlier, okay?
What's that?
The earlier stuff, right, is pretty normal, right? And some of them are definitely maybe some jokes you've already heard or whatever, and he's been cataloging or whatever. But the further back you go,
Cataloging.
Yeah.
the more obscure it gets until there is a chapter just called Giraffe. And when you say that, you ask him about it, he just starts laughing, and he's just like, and he just goes. Right?
It's
Yeah.
how you tell it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, he's been reading. I've been kind of peering over his shoulder, trying to get a good look at the book as well.
Sure.
The book is massive.
Um,
Very clearly.
And
Alright,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
No
trying
peering
to,
necessary.
No
and
peering
I'm
necessary.
trying to catalog some of the jokes for me to use in my own
speak dragon?
conversations. I speak giant.
Giant dragon.
And I do speak draconic too.
He does speak dragon.
2 years of Tiamat. That's where that's coming from. Okay.
And so I'm hoping to use these in my own conversations to blend in better.
I want a really good. I want a really good reason why you speak giant. Backstory reason.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, because otherwise you just give it to yourself because you know this is what we're doing, which is fine. I understand, but I want a good story.
I will have a good story next time.
Okay. All right.
I haven't had.
If you can't think of a good one, I might take it away from you
That would
because
be.
it's kind of meta. But again, just think of a good story. I don't care. Okay. All right. Okay, so he excuses himself and he asks. Oh,
I had something I wanted to ask.
sure, ask. Go ahead.
So, Zeros. Or
Zephyros.
Zephyros? Is
Yep,
it?
Zephyros.
You're taking us to Triborn then,
Yes.
right?
Yep, Tribord.
Tribor. What's
He's learning the
catch?
language.
The catch?
Yeah. No ride is free.
Well, this one is.
No, it's not.
It always has been.
There's something fishy here. Do you just
He
come
looks
out
over and is like,
nowhere?
this is 99% of the time.
Zephyros, he would feel much better if you charged him.
There's got to, like, this doesn't just happen. Like, clouds don't fall from the sky and offer you to take you whatever you want to go for free.
Well, he says, okay, so he responds with, he's like, what happened in Nightstone was unfortunate, but it's not just happening in Nightstone. And I don't want to see it continue. And I have been told that you guys are key players in making it stop. And so it isn't for free.
Wait.
It is costing you.
I'm sorry, he?
You're including him?
See, I don't even hear the pun. You know, it's just so far off of my. There's no puns in the joke book. None. No puns.
Because he forgot to write those lines.
yeah, those are the ones I forgot.
Anyways, you can write them in there if you want. Anyway, so that's his response. He says, I'm invested in this because.
You're just helping out from the bottom of your heart.
It's a really, really big heart. Literally.
Giant one would say. Yes.
Yep. Here you'll learn, just like you always have. I have no ill will against you.
Sorry, excuse me for just being a little skeptical.
Would you like to? Are you concerned I'm taking this somewhere else? Because you have accused me of that before.
We'll see when we get there.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I'm pretty good at navigating. We should probably know if we're heading in the right general direction.
yeah. And he's like, I mean, we're eventually going to get there at some point. But if you like, I can take you up to how I navigate it. And you can make sure that we're heading the right way. If that makes you feel better.
Yeah, we have some time. I wouldn't mind that.
Whoop! You just go.
I would like to join that as well.
Okay, so you want to go up too? All right. So he kind of grabs you too, and he just whoop, kind of sends you up, and
Well, we're never seeing them again.
yep. So as you come on up there, you see stone shells protruding off the walls. You see a bunch of books, vast collection of journals, and about 10 feet above the floor, you see a big orb, right? And he kind of moves you closer, whatever. And as he moves closer, some imagery starts appearing, right? And he says, and he kind of beckons you guys over, or whatever. You do see a wooden chest up against where you'd see is where giant bed. All of you could easily fit on and be super comfortable on, but yeah. So he has, yeah, you'll see that, and yeah. So he brings you over there, and he kind of takes you through it. It's a navigational orb, and he kind of shows you. So he's like, here's
So it's magic.
lots of magic.
I don't understand none of it.
Right, but you do understand the imagery, and he's like, all right. So if he kind of, it kind of looks, well, it's kind of like Google Maps, guys. It's what it is. It's basically Google Maps, and you're like, and so he takes you. He says, see, this is Tribor. Have either of you ever been to Tribor before? Okay.
It's in there.
And so then he's like, see, this is Tribor, and so all I have to do is he kind of makes the motion, and it kind of comes into focus, and He's like, I can kind of speed it up by doing this. Like, he's like, but, when you go too fast, you potential of, we go a little bit slower at night because you don't want to see what it's like on the side of my. The side of my tower is just disgusting when we take out a bat swarm. It's just ugh. It's like, so we gotta slow it down a little bit, They kind of speed that, and then you guys get moving pretty quick. So, that's what he shows you. You see some stores up here, that kind of stuff. While you guys are talking, there's another hole up at the top. And as you come up, a couple of the griffins kind of stick their head in or whatever, and he kind of coos at them, kind of makes the noises out or whatever. And then the griffin that you saw leave, at some point shows back up, and then tosses a deer carcass down. And
To us?
no, to the second level.
Oh, okay.
So he kicks a deer carcass down. And he said, "Oh, that'll be supper. Fantastic." And he kind of looks up. You kind of see him kind of look real hard at one of the griffins, and that griffin kind of takes off or whatever. And that's what you see.
After getting the brief tutorial, how confident would I be in flying this thing if it came down to it?
Not
confident in flying
not.
it?
I'm sure between the
It
two.
seems to respond to him. Like as he moved closer, it came on, right? And he's got. I mean, again, everything that I say, just assume that he repeats himself about 6 times, right? And everything's kind of convoluted and all over the place, and so you might. I mean, you knew more than what you did before.
It's true.
You saw some hand motions, but it's yeah. We'll see if it comes to that.
Does it seem like he's using magic to control it, or
Yeah,
it's
he's-
just a magical interface that he's using just normal gestures?
Well, give me an Arcana check.
I have no idea.
Yep. All right. So what do you guys want to do? He says, "Well, it's gonna be a long journey. Settle in." He's like, and he kind of looks down. He gets this twinkle in his eye, and he like kicks down the carcass. He's like, "Dinner." And he starts laughing. He's like,
Did that just fall like 20 feet down or how?
"Yeah."
Well, the meat's tender now.
Yep. He's like, "Oh, this will be the first time in a long time I haven't had to cook." Woohoo! He kind of says it underneath his breath, but like he thinks he's being sneaky or whatever. But
Any of you guys know how to prepare a deer carcass?
I mean, I
No.
would.
I guess I'll have to do it then.
Sure know what a deer is. Is it like a fish?
No.
It's a fish with legs.
Oh, here's a good
We're
one.
traveling. He always does it. So.
5 storm giants are gathered around a pile of burning dwarf carcasses. Nope, that's it.
oh, that's one of the jokes. Yep.
Actually, this one might be kind of funny. A fire giant, a storm giant, a cloud giant, and a hill giant are sitting around a campfire. The storm giant says, 15. And the other 2 giants, except for the hill giant, laugh. And then the fire giant says, 26. And the other, except for the hill giant, start to laugh. And then the, what was it, a cloud giant? We'll go with cloud giant says, 42. And those 3 giants laugh together, except for the hill giant. He's just looking around confused. And finally the hill giant says, "What's so funny?" And the storm giant says, "Well, we lived so long, we've told the same jokes over and over again, we just number them now." And the hill giant says, "Can I try?" "Well, sure, son, give it a shot." 58. And the other 3 giants are completely silent. And finally the hill giant says, "Why didn't anybody laugh?" And the storm giant says, "It's the way you told it, son."
That was good, man. Do you have an inspiration yet?
I have one left. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
you can give it to someone else.
I don't get it.
I'll
great.
explain it to you later.
Okay.
So anyway, unless you guys have anything else you kind of want to do, he actually when you guys he's gonna send you guys back down,
Okay.
okay? And so he's like, okay, I gotta get back to work.
Oh, back down to the first floor, not back down to the ground level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these two in particular. He says, well, let me know when dinner's ready, and he kicks you off.
Wait, we're cooking dinner?
Yeah.
Some cooking
And
material, yeah.
he kind of kicks you off, and then last second he toss his feather fall on you. And
I just heard the signal.
Actually, before he does that, I cast Gust of Wind straight down and slow my own descent.
there you go.
I can fly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
On
If
the
he hadn't
side.
done that, I would have landed on my feet regardless.
They'd just be broken.
It would just been like his face would have been smashed in the ground, but his feet would all be down. Yeah.
And all
Alright.
broken.
All
So
right.
anyway, as he
I heard there's one cooking.
I have survival, so I have some skill at preparing game for eating and
And I'm
cooking
an
it.
Outlander.
Oh, and you would probably have some skill with that as well.
so again, unless you guys have something in particular you guys want to do, I'm just gonna move things forward.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
To the
gonna.
interesting moments.
After I've spent a little time with jokes, I'm gonna read about his master in the plane of his adventures in the plane of chaos.
Yeah.
And after the plane of chaos, I'm probably not gonna sleep at night.
That one, it really gives you a headache. 'Cause it's just like, I mean, it's.
Although
this
I
guy-
understand why he speaks the way he speaks now,
This guy.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah, this guy trying to write about the plane of chaos. I mean,
The writing is more chaos than.
Is this a recent tome or?
it's very similar. It's
Okay.
kind of some things seem to make sense. There's some descriptions about, and I'll just say that you get the basic information that you'd find in the DMG about the the play chaos out, just like things just randomly transform and and then there's land over there and then there's like a floating lake right there and there's just insanity.
They just pop in and out of
Yeah,
existence?
it's just sometimes
Okay.
things pop in out, sometimes they just full out change. Sometimes you're like, okay, here's a fish that breathes fire. Sure, it's just nutty, right? So you get that. That's about, because when it comes to details, I wonder if he's even able to really comprehend. He's tried. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If anyone has tried, Zephyros has tried. But yeah, his master story tells of another. Okay, how about this? His master was a human. It wasn't a storm. It wasn't a cloud giant. His master was a human. It takes you a while to figure it out.
Okay.
Because you kind of just naturally picture him learning from another
Giant. Sure.
But as time goes on, you realize, this is there's just a couple things that he doesn't just outright say it. There it is, and it was a human, and so he didn't live very long. This guy's been alive a long time.
Yeah.
And so this guy's this long time ago he met his, and again, as the book goes, it gets a little bit more chaotic and things kind of stop making much sense or whatever. It seems like he makes mention to how he and his master still talk, right?
Okay.
And yeah.
All right.
So, there you go. Anyone else gonna do anything in particular?
I would like to have a conversation with him.
Okay. One of the griffins brings in some fish, by the way. Oh, whoops.
My bad.
And yeah, so brings in some fish. Just so you, I mean, that was right. You made mention about fish, right? Yeah. So, go ahead and have a conversation.
So while you are reading, I will kind of come up to you and
Yes. Yes. Yes.
on your shoulder, and then
Yes.
kind of.
We're on a kitchen table.
That's true. We are.
What kind of privacy do you expect us to have up here?
There's not much privacy unless you step outside.
I lift up the cover of the book
Yes.
and kind of
There's still some touch.
situate or would you happen to have anything that we could prop this up with? Prop the cover of the book up with, so we're kind of under something.
You want to crawl under the book with me? Yeah, do you want to do something like that?
Yeah, that would work.
I suppose we could try doing that, and then
There's really, actually, if it's 100 pounds, if you put two of them together, you can make a tunnel. And one of you could be in one tunnel, and the other one could be in the other tunnel facing each
we're
other.
gonna be like they're gonna be like tents.
This is fantastic. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, well, prop one up
Yeah.
and yeah, kind of hold it in place.
You guys see them making tents.
Okay, we now have a couple of tents. I'll go into one of the tents.
So I follow into the tent and I start explaining. A couple months ago, I had an experience, and that's why I am.
Was it with another
the way-
lizard?
That.
It's okay. You're among friends now.
I kind of give you a stern look, like I'm.
Okay.
I
you had an experience.
understand the humor, and it's not funny, at least in the current situation. I had an experience, and it's the reason that I'm the way I am now. What's
You
the
mean
word?
the emotions?
Yes. I have difficulty with them.
Didn't you say it was a gift from your gods? Your god?
Gift and a curse. It's not easy for me.
I suppose it would be difficult if you didn't grow up having emotions.
Do you how do you deal with them?
Probably a lot of sobbing late at night. How does one deal with emotion? That's a good question. So you have feelings, and what you have to do is when you have the feeling, you have to think about it. And you have to think about how it makes you feel and what it makes you feel like doing. But you have to learn not to let what you do be controlled by these feelings that come up.
How long do I have to think about feeling before I do the thing that the feeling wants
If
me
the
to do?
feeling makes you want to hurt one of us, then think about it for a really long time and let us know before you actually get to the point where you want to act on that. But feelings can be caused by all sorts of things. Things that look pretty can cause feelings of happiness. If something happens to a friend, it can cause sadness, it can cause anger. Anger in particular is sometimes a difficult feeling to control because it makes you want to hurt something. And that probably is something that you need to be careful of most often. But I don't know, you just have to experience the feelings. Think about it this way. What were things like before you started experiencing feelings?
It was I'd see like that deer that we cook. I would see one of those, but standing up and moving, and I would try and hurt it because it's food. But now I see that deer and I think, why do I want to hurt it? It has feelings, like me.
So you have sad feelings for the deer?
Well, not after I eat it.
Well, what I'm saying though is if you didn't have feelings before, what was your experience when, say, something dangerous got close to you?
Well, you have this word, it starts with an S, I believe. Scary. That's the word.
Yes.
We understand that thing is scary, but that really doesn't mean anything to us.
So you just recognize, aha, this is scary and dangerous, so therefore we should leave. So it's a purely intellectual process.
Yes.
So now you are experiencing, you still understand that intellectual process, but now there's an emotional component as well. So since you're used to looking at things as an intellectual process, then try this. When you experience a feeling, think about how it makes you feel. Kind of step outside yourself and think, okay, how do I feel? What is it that I'm experiencing? What are my physical responses? And what happened? And watch us and say, do I seem to be experiencing the same thing that everybody else is experiencing? If that's true, then it's normal. And if your feelings make you want to do something, you don't have to act on it if you don't want to. But maybe looking at what's going on outside of you when you experience these feelings will help you understand the feelings and what causes the feelings. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I can do that. And one more question.
Well, actually, we want to bring in the whole group into this. This is good. I love this, especially because we actually have a dad giving advice about feelings to his teenage son.
Hey,
It's pretty awesome.
I spent $35,000 on a college degree, one of which is psychology.
There you
so
go. So he's got this.
It's
down.
paying off.
So I'm sorry to interrupt, but we gotta
keep
want to get everyone else in here. So, so you guys are talking about feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Collins starts singing in the background,
just
talking
gonna
about
say.
trusting your heart or something. And yeah,
Disney music in the background.
yep.
Yeah. I also want to have a moment to pull the character aside.
Okay, go ahead.
Sark,
Oh,
hey,
yeah. Oh, what do you want?
outside. Come on, now, let's go.
Okay. I actually wanted to catch some fresh air. Yeah, let's go.
Right.
Good idea.
So you
By
guys
the
go
way,
outside.
I am actually outside with the horses
With the
right
horses.
now, if anyone is curious. So it may not be as private as you want it to
Should we
be.
come out with? I just.
Well, there's another side. There's the other side. of it.
Okay.
So, like right now, what it is, actually, I should also clarify. When you guys go outside, you from where you're at can kind of tell. It's a little unnerving at first when you're like, "Is there ground?" But you like, I see the horses because right now you're like in a fog. Okay, remember he came in kind of the cover of a moving cloud, and whatever that was, he put it back up. So you guys are kind of in a fog when you're outside, and again, when you first step out, you're like, oh, I guess we're stuck inside the building. But then you're like, oh, wait. You kind of see the horses moving in the mist, you know? And so you kind of take tentative steps out or whatever. And so that's where you're at right now. He's got it all covered up again, except for the wizard hat. He just is really proud of that wizard hat.
He actually doesn't seem too bothered by it. Like, not having a ground under him is not unheard.
Right?
Normal.
Okay, you guys might hesitate a little bit more. But you can hear the horses. You can kind of see their shadowy. So, anyways.
Yeah, what's up?
So, what's your take on Zeros? You trust him?
I mean,
Zephyros?
Mr. Sephiroth, he's and he's purposely following his like Sephiroth.
Right.
He seems like he's a nice big guy. I mean, he hasn't killed us.
No, that much is true. I don't trust him.
I mean, coming from the person who's acted the most suspicious.
What do you mean?
I mean, what's the word? Oh yeah, shady. I mean, it's like they said. I mean, it takes what's it saying? Oh yeah, it takes one to know one, I suppose.
It takes one to know one.
But
No.
I mean, he seems like he's a nice guy, and I gotta get a good read on him. It seems like he's being honest and truthful in spite of how he's been acting, but.
I told you, it's the honest ones you have to watch out for.
Oh right, you did.
You're calling into doubt this character that's been so
just
nice
like,
to you.
But yeah, but he's being honest, but he's being good. He's being.
Insight is a wisdom thing, which you're
which I am proficient in insight, believe it or not.
So again, you don't have to fall prey to it if you don't want to.
I mean, like I said, it's the difference between following trains of thought was basically the process I was trying to go with. Because he has several paths.
Yeah.
But I mean, what doubts do you have about him? No.
I don't know. I have lots of questions and he doesn't have lots of answers.
True.
Well, he kind of just gives you the same answer over and over again, forgotten that he's given them to you.
Seems convenient that he just keeps forgetting everything.
Well, he looks like pretty frail though for being a cloud giant, right?
Well, he's old. He's ancient.
I mean, it's like, well, how old can a cloud giant get? Like 100 years, 200 years? I have no idea. I mean, this is literally the first giant I've ever met in my life.
I just wanted to, thank you for the cave and everything.
Oh.
We should have listened to you.
Well, in spite of what happened, it was just a bad situation for everyone involved. I mean, with Yana, what happened to Yana, and although I didn't appreciate your turning tail like you did.
Oh, he's calling you out.
I do what I have to survive. I just think that you're a little too trusting. You should not trust people.
I mean, I've had issues with certain folks in my dealings. I mean, you get all sorts of shady types like, this merchant wants this weapon, he wants to haggle with me about it, and I'm like, no, it's real good, I swear. And then they try to fleece you about it, and then it turns you off to them, and then you get no sale, and then you get to who you thought they were good at, their intentions when they commission a nice piece of equipment, and then it turns out that they're, insert derogatory term in Dwarvish here. And then it's like, they're not worthy of that, and then you gotta go see if you can get that to someone else.
Well, I don't know, I just wanted to warn you about Zitari. She's clearly hiding something.
No?
Oh, so the whole time he's annoying you, he's actually trying
Oh, no.
read you. That's an interesting. That's an interesting twist.
I knew this was
So,
I mean, Zitari?
yeah, watch your back. She's hiding something. I wouldn't be surprised if... Well, you know.
Why don't you roll an insight?
Okay.
Because this involves you, I want to involve you a little bit here.
That's a 9.
9. Total?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you tell him. Like again, you don't have to tell us anything. Okay?
So he's what? Just inciting how I've been acting, or
Yeah. He's just kind of. Has he been able to tell?
I'm a 9.
No, probably not.
no,
Yeah. Okay.
probably not.
All right.
I mean, she's been acting fine. I mean, she was all shook up when Andrew died. I mean, wouldn't you be scared if someone you were just standing right next to, just got practically split in half?
Once or twice.
I mean, you said you were a captain, right? So you were a pirate.
Well, I wouldn't,
He just called it right out on his pirate. I love it.
I mean, you've probably had some rough dealings on the seas, right?
yeah, we've run across some, ruffians.
I mean, talks like you can, stab someone in the back and not even bat an eye, but then you get someone innocent like that you put them through that same trauma and then, it changes people.
No one's innocent. Everyone's guilty of something.
Fair enough. I mean,
I mean, if you don't believe me, just try asking her about Waterdeep. You won't get much for answers, I'm sure.
Oh, he's got
I
you
mean,
there.
I mean, out of character, I have heard her talking about. Have I heard her talking about not going to Waterdeep?
She has. There were a few comments
there
about.
are definitely some comments that I'm like, oh, Waterdeep, lovely.
But the cat definitely doesn't want to go back to Waterdeep.
Yeah, I mean, she
mean-
wasn't the only one.
I mean, I will admit it's kind of sad that I didn't get to go back home for a little bit before we go. We could have just stayed down the way. Well, I could have gone to be on mates with my family, but I suppose if that's not in the cards, then
Yes, too bad about that.
I could have seen them before I let off, though.
Hold on a second.
Sure.
I just have to look up something really quick.
Yeah. That was all I had to say. So, I'm...
What's going on through your head?
She just died yesterday.
Just giving you a chance. You're coming up next. Sorry, at the same time. We've kind of had some time with them. I do want to hear from the other characters. Just kind of see.
Perfect bonding moment time.
Yeah, there's a chance where, the travel montage is about to happen, so we might as well. And it doesn't have to be during this moment. You say at some point, I would want to do this, or this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm. So.
I mean, I just
for the
wish.
three of you.
I just wanted to see if I could see Engog and Huru again.
Have you mentioned these?
No.
These names? Okay.
He's never said these things before.
These are names that he's never said before. So. Well, he says it to you. You're the only one. Do you just let it pass? You just gotta let it go?
Names of who?
Oh, sorry. I've never talked about this before. My wife and me, Babu.
Oh, you're married.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me all about it. Who's the lucky lady?
Oh, Engog? Yeah, she was just a barmaid at a tavern while I was in Waterdeep, and I was just out wrestling with my dwarf friends that she served us, and well, just after that, we just managed to hit it off, and within a year later, then we got married, and a year after that, we have a daughter.
Well, good for you. I personally don't like being tied down to one person. It works for some people, I
I
suppose.
mean, if it weren't for her, then I wouldn't be out here, so I at least know that much. But she's my daughter. She's like, I just wish I could it just pains me to be away for so long, but I've got to do this for
How long
for
have you
going.
been away?
Well,
Since basically the whole.
since we went to Nightstone, but
Not that long, then.
well, it's been a few days, but I've got a feeling we might be away for longer.
You are heading far away.
How old is she now?
she's 3 years old. Just a weird one.
Yeah, hopefully we won't be gone long. With this transportation, I think we'll be back in no time at all.
Assuming he's nice enough to bring us back, I suppose. I mean, who knows? But I suppose that's enough about that. Then let's go back inside. Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
Who wants to go first? Again, what you say it happens now or happens at some point in the journey?
Yeah, yeah. So at some point when everyone's kind of settled in and whatnot, ideally whenever the storm giant is in our, is he like visiting? Sorry,
Cloud giant.
Yeah.
Is he like coming
I
and
can't
visiting
say
us?
storm. I'm sorry.
Is he coming in visiting us from time to time, or just
Every
kinda
once in a
throwing heat
while
at
he'll
us?
check in and
Okay.
yeah, he you hear him muttering to himself a lot, or to someone, or to something, or to, I mean, who knows anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Yeah, so you see him doing that, and like every once in a while he might, you hear him writing or something like that, or you'll hear him every once in a while playing with his cats, the griffins or whatever. So he'll go up into their area and he'll kind of play with them and stuff. And yeah, so
I'd like to try and get his attention at some point. And
Sure.
have kind of a short conversation with him.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you're well traveled in this region,
Oh,
or
you could say so.
yeah.
Yes.
You've been through most of the world then?
I kind of go where they tell me to go.
Okay.
Well, and wherever I want,
Okay.
but mostly where they want.
Do you get to meet a lot of people down
Well,
below?
I spend a lot of time up here observing. Observation is, yeah.
Okay.
People don't take kindly to me very often, and the ones that do, I can never tell if they're making fun of me or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm actually going to kind of unstrap one of the leather things that are around my chest, which kind of releases the wings a bit, because they're largely like kept tight to my body since they're damaged.
Yeah.
And I spread out my wings as best I can. I said, I am seeking someone who can restore my wings to their previous condition.
Sure.
To allow me
Okay.
to fly again. Have you met or encountered such an individual that might have this ability?
He. Gosh dang it! I'm pretty good expecting some of the things you guys are gonna throw at me, but that one I was not ready for. Okay. So he talks about a. He talks about an old. Yeah, I need the map. I need the bigger map. Adventures.
Just say he doesn't remember.
No. Again, I want to try to help you guys move your personal stuff along, and this is a good opportunity. Give me a second. Where'd it go?
Obviously, I think Eric would have gotten first.
I find the big map on accident so often, except for when I need to
Well,
find
the big
it.
map is up near the front.
All mingled, but nothing like
There.
particular.
There she is. Okay. All right. He talks about how his master talked about one of the best healers that he ever knew, who was in the. Let's see here.
Great for Sword Coast reference material.
Yeah, thank you, Sword Coast reference materials. Yeah, so.
That'd be a good time for some.
know what? Yeah. Tell you what. Can I get back to you? We're gonna take a break. After a little bit, I want to hear from these two, and then I'll have an answer for you.
I think he's just kind of coasting through that question.
So, yeah, no, I have an idea. I just want to make sure it's good. Okay, so our two ladies, what are you guys doing, or what do you kind of? You're gonna have a lot of time, kind of on your hands. Any conversations you want to have, or?
Well, Satari is going to claim one of the couches as soon as she can figure out how to claim Veronica without hurting herself.
Okay, sure.
And start working on a weaving project.
Okay. You started on a weaving project. Very good.
Seamstress.
Okay. What are you making?
It looks like the start of a blanket.
Okay.
Some type.
Part of the blanket.
Pretty detailed in certain spots.
Cool.
We got
Not
10
just
days.
Right. Okay. What college are you? Third level. You start at college,
Yep,
right?
Yep. College of Lore.
College of Lore. What languages do you speak?
Elvish and Infernal.
Elvish. Of course, yeah. Of course, the Infernal. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So you're weaving. Okay. What are you doing?
When he first said dinner time, I thought he was going to eat us.
Oh, sure.
But, you know, it doesn't seem like that anymore. Like, he seems he's calmed down quite a bit. So, between, like, just meditating and studying my spells, I guess I might ask him, because he's a wizard, right?
Yes.
If he has any spells that I might be able to study that's not in Giant, because I don't speak Giant. I do have comprehend languages. I don't know if that.
It's a ritual.
It is a ritual.
Yeah.
And I think it works for written as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also understand any written language that you see. Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
magic is
doesn't matter
usually
if it's a
written
giant,
in
'cause
the
it's-
arcane language anyways, though, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Not always.
Not always? Okay.
No, when you, they have given examples of what can be a spell book, and one of them is like a staff covered with runes, and each rune is a different spell.
Yeah, and another one is like a bag of rocks, and each rock has its own.
It has an inscription
little
on it.
inscription.
Yeah. So my interpretation is that it doesn't have to be in the arcane language. But it does have to be something that the wizard themselves will recognize.
Sure. I'm gonna say with the combination, he said, yeah, and so when you're copying down spells, are you allowed to just copy any spell you want, or do you have to be able to cast it?
It's a time and gold cost.
Yeah, it's a time and gold cost, but again, you can do any spell as a wizard.
As long
As long
as
as you're able to cast
as long as you're
As long
able
as
to
you're able
cast
to
it.
cast it. Okay. He is happy to share, right? And he said, I knew you were going to ask me, and I always forget to tell you that you're welcome to it before you ask me. I'm so sorry, right? And so, yeah, I do have a few that I'll give to you again during the break. Okay? Yeah.
I
Well,
would be able
for
to
you
now.
to choose from.
Yeah.
Some of you guys have some decent.
I was just going to say we have some gems and a little gold that we could help you with.
Yep.
Speaking of gold, that's something I want to talk to you about
Sure.
in just a sec.
Okay.
During our break.
Okay. Very good. So, what I need you guys to be thinking about, because we'll do the break here in just a second, give me the general, like, this is what I would be doing during the general traveling time. This is where I'm going to hang out. This is, the kind of stuff I'm going to do to keep myself busy. So just be thinking about that for your character, because we're gonna start moving into rolling the dice to see what you encounter.
Yay!
Which is always fun. So
I'm excited to try out this character in combat.
yes.
At some point, I'd probably.
If Taman gives you a chance, because he likes to talk his way out of it, which is wise, very wise.
some point I probably look at the book too. Is that Dwarven?
I believe that
It looks like Dwarven.
I believe the text is Dwarven. These are
Dwarvish
it's
script. Yeah.
Dwarvish script.
Oh, yeah.
Dwarvish.
Dwarven script.
Dwarven script. Oh,
It has
yeah,
it has dwarven letters, but
Oh, I
but
can-
it's giant.
Oh.
I can read some of
Well,
this.
you're reading some of it, but it sounds like when he talks when he's really confused. So you can't read it.
Sounds like gibberish.
Like you can, but you can't because it's like gibberish.
You can pronounce the words, but you don't know what they mean.
It's like reading Spanish. Like, you see the letters and you're like, oh, that's a letter, but you don't know what it means.
Yep. Jeez.
Look what I just found.
Unlike-
another big map right here in this book.
Unlike
Yes.
Russian, where it's completely different letters.
So,
Yeah, are we just gonna?
Yeah, so I think this is a great opportunity to take a break.
all right.
Use the restroom. We'll be right back.
Here you go.
All right, welcome back. All right, so were you able to copy any spells?
If we gave her a gem.
Were any of them available to you? I just don't even know.
1, 2,
Two of them are? Which one are they?
continual flame,
Okay.
and mirror image.
Mirror image. All right. So, do you guys want to sacrifice the gems or gem necessary for her to get continual flame?
Another character, he'd be on board with it. I guess in character.
Out of character, I'd be on board. In character, I don't know about the gems. So
Are they? What level are the spells?
She can do 1 to 2, first to second level.
Continual flame, I believe, is second level.
And mirror
Mirror
image
image
is
is first.
So mirror image would just.
And are they in or out of your school?
Continual flame is in my school.
So it
Okay,
would
so
take
that-
half the cost.
half
Let's
that.
pay first.
So you should command both of them for
For one gem.
For 1 gem. Okay.
Mirror image.
So he makes a trade with you. He has the ink, but he wants something because he's gonna have to
I'm assuming
replenish.
that you're going to ask Taman.
Is the second level.
So mirror image is also a second level, and it's illusion.
Not in my school. Yeah.
So it would take a gem and a half essentially for her to do it all.
Oh, 2 gems? That makes sense.
But that's first level. No, it's second. Darn.
wait, is Adri a male or a female?
Female.
Okay, I thought so.
So
I thought I heard someone refer to Adri as a
so
he.
it's 1 gem for the illusion, and it's
Half a gem.
half a gem for continual flame.
Do we have a gem cutter?
Maybe we wait until
No,
we
he's
get
just
back
happy to
into
take
town.
both of them.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Oh, yeah.
Will he take gold?
Oh, yeah. He just needs to replace his own spell components that she's going to need to make it happen.
Right. Let me see if I've got.
50 gold. I don't think we have 50
I
gold.
would like to officially set up a personal PayPal account that you guys can make microtransactions on to me as DM. And so I will transfer real money into whatever you want. So,
Bribe the DM.
yeah.
Boy.
He's open about it.
Yes.
Hey man, just give it time, it'll happen. It'll happen somewhere. Someone's gonna do it. Right?
I've heard stories of people that do it just for inspiration. Just buy stuff, just buy snacks for inspiration.
Right. Hey man, these bars I'm using to lose weight, they're not cheap, you know? Am I waiting for you to actually find gold or
So, continual
No.
flame
I
is
swear I
Yeah, I guess it's worth. Could you give me half of one of those gems back? The diamond? Could you give me half of it back in dust?
she's asking for only mirror illusion, so it's just 1 of your gems.
Okay.
Mirror image, yeah.
All right.
Alright, so
1 gem.
Okay, you can write it down. And she sits in the corner and kind of practices with it. And like parts of herself appear. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes one part appears over here and the other
look,
part
it's
appears
Sting.
over here. And it just kind of like, she's learning to master the spell. And suddenly like all of her self appears there, but it's just like no skin. It's all muscle tissue. And it's just weird.
Audrey, that's way too much of you. I never wanted to see that much of you.
Because you're learning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you're learning to make
It's
a.
literal muscle.
Well, because you're learning to make a satisfying image that matches you. Like how you move your muscles matter, and so you know that kind of matters. So I mean, the same way that animators like will animate muscle on their monsters that they're doing, and then put skin on it. That's what she's doing right now, right? So it's kind of creepy, kind of awesome, depending on your slant of things. Okay. And then the other thing was for your character, right? So yeah, so he tells you that his master talked about one of the best healers. Is a dwarf. Okay. And he's in a place called Gauntlgrim. What? Am I saying it wrong?
No, Gauntlgrim was
Okay,
Gauntlgrim,
yeah, Gauntlgrim. So,
That's way away from the tribe.
so Gauntlgrim is, yeah, it's a ways away from Tribor, but
It's towards the Tribor's inland.
he tells you that Gauntlgrim is a.
Grim
You
is
sounded like you knew what it was.
Yeah, it's up in the northern mountains, so Taman knows a little bit about them.
It was once a great city and bastion of the Empire, and he tells you that he's not sure how long ago this healer was alive. He just remembers, I mean, his master, I mean, dwarves can definitely outlive humans.
Yeah.
But if his master knew, and then he's really old, who knows if he's still there?
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, that the heart of Gauntlgrim is a legendary forge. Yeah. But it used to be a great city. It's not really anymore. So
Okay.
it's the best he's got for you.
Does he have a name or just kind of a? It was a dwarf in this location.
He says he's going to have to get back to you because he has to look in the book.
Right.
He's pretty sure he wrote about it in the.
Okay.
He's got a guest list.
Yeah.
We signed in.
Yeah. So,
And we're already on there.
was I supposed to find it?
6
That was it.
times.
Those are the two things I needed to find, right? Oh, you figured out a pattern for your.
Oh yes. My
Yeah.
pattern for my lovely blanket is going to be the overhead view of the caves where we just follow the shadows and
Nice.
graves.
Nice. So she's kind of recreating
A little bit of trauma for some
a
people.
little bit of remembering the trauma. That's funny.
Or are you going to gift it to Scratch?
She's not sure what she's doing with it yet.
Gifted to the monk's reincarnation.
Yeah.
It's Delge.
Is either-
D-E-L-G.
It's either going to be a gift for the cat to say, hey, you're a coward, or a...
Delge Dankle.
Yeah, Yana died here. We'll burn this in remembrance of her.
Delge Dankle is the name. Yeah. Okay. He well, I want to try to figure out, because technically, like, you know, when you join a college, right? Like, third level, you suddenly just get better at things, but, you know, like, how can we describe that in story, right? Yeah. So if you think of anything cool, feel free to help me out with that one. You are with the giant that has tons and tons of tomes that you can learn from. So,
Are they all still giant?
yeah.
I can't read giant.
Sure. You know what?
I would imagine a giant as old as he is has probably picked up some books here and there, written in all sorts of languages.
Easily. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's mostly his writing, right?
Okay.
Okay, this is way too easy, and I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay? Do you show interest in the lore stuff as well? Then?
But I'm like, can't read.
Yeah. He kind of gets this look in his eyes, and he goes up. You kind of hear shuffling or whatever, and he comes back down, and he hands you what looks like a monocle on him, right? So it's like
a steering wheel.
Yeah. So you're like, and he hands it to you, and he's like, well, this always helps me when I'm not sure what I'm reading. Why don't you try it? And it's basically a monocle of comprehend languages. And so, like, you put it up there, and the words kind of swirl a little bit, kind of mess around, and suddenly, like, as you're looking through it, you like for some reason it's still the same. They kind of move a little bit, but you're able to just get it, right? Yeah. So
This monocle is a dyslexic person's dream.
it would be. It would be. So anyway, so you get caught up on lore. I just want to do something with the character. Just do something. I want to give you something, you know? So
basically, I take one of their tents, I'll get them to prop it up more, put the monocle in it, and I'm leaving and reading.
there you go. I love it. There you go. That totally makes sense. Yep. So she sits there, she's weaving, and she's reading, and she's learning. Yep. Taking personal notes. I love it. All right. So, what do you guys do in general while you're waiting? I want to know where you do it, like where you go, what you're doing, just some of the basics.
I'm
Give me
just
something to
following
play
him.
with. Okay.
And I tend to get distracted by my tail.
Okay.
Sometimes I will definitely act like a dog and just start like.
Okay.
If you catch your tail, does your tail come off and grow back?
He's never caught.
Never caught it.
I'm
see.
pathetic. I know.
That wasn't.
It's okay.
It's okay. That's fine. Just.
So what do you guys do?
Sark will try and hang out with Tyrion for a little bit.
Okay.
Or Taman, sorry.
Taman.
So the three clerics.
Yeah.
The three clerics.
They're kind of cliquish, guys. Kind of a little cliquish.
It's like the only.
They're super nice, but they're kind of in their own world.
The three cleric tiers.
Right. So they all seem to be following you around, Taman. What are you doing?
I'm reading.
Okay. He's boring to follow around, but you guys kind of stick.
Although at some point, I have an orc to common dictionary.
Yeah.
I will be practicing learning
I love
orc
it. Okay.
with Sark.
I did the. Have you seen my wolf?
Well, because
I believe that's Monteleur et Riche.
Am I getting some rudimentary orc from listening to
No.
these two? No.
No. He lived with orcs. He might be able to pull out some of it or whatever. He's really is an effort trying. I promise you, my daughter practices her Spanish close by. I'm not picking up any of it. I'm hearing it. I might catch a couple words. That's about it. Okay, what are you doing? Say,
In order to like.
weaving.
Reading that book.
Okay.
Are you making a giant size?
Here's some interesting
He asks,
information.
He's like, would you make me one?
I'll put that project aside. Give me some yarn. I'll make a giant blanket.
Kind of looks up, makes eye contact with one of the griffins,
Uh-oh.
and Griffin comes by with, yeah,
Just go to grandma.
it's kind of dirty, and there's a little blood on it, but you know.
My grandmother has
Little extra character.
centimeters of yarn.
though.
So you're gonna make a giant size blanket.
Give me a giant size
Love
blanket for
it.
him.
All right, what do you do? What's your day look like?
There's a couple things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna practice my fencing with whoever here thinks they're man enough to go toe to toe with Scratch.
Cool.
So probably everyone.
Sark will try around.
Nice.
I'll stab at him once or twice. Ow!
I can see that happening. Sark, not Sark.
Get your point.
He comes by, gets a little. They both come to you guys bleeding a little bit every so often.
Okay, I
No,
would
I would-
would
I
spar
would
with
go
you,
for
but
like
I'm
2 or 3
afraid I
rounds
might
and
not
back.
stop.
No, let's turn this into the annoying guy that eventually wins over the heart. I totally want to see this happen.
Every time he comes
Dude,
over
it's like
bleeding.
he picks on the girl that he likes, you know, and then she's super annoying. And then one day they're just like, oh, he was there the whole time.
Every time that he comes over bleeding, I I run over to him and kind of almost yell, "Are you okay?" and like immediately heal him.
Okay.
And I'm like, rub some dirt on it and get back in the
folks.
fight.
Yeah. Okay. And what else? You fence a little bit. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and antagonize some of the griffins. I'm gonna poke fun at them, steal their feathers.
All right. So.
Roll initiative.
Yeah. So, so you start climbing because the only way to get up there is by climbing.
Which I'm pretty good at. Yeah.
Right. The moment that happens, right? This guy's pretty happy-go-lucky, you know. He doesn't seem to have many cares in the world. The moment you start messing with his babies, okay,
You're in trouble.
the fish stops coming for one. Okay, they don't get you. They don't bring you fishing.
No.
Yeah, the fish is gone. That ship has sailed. Yeah. And yeah, he gets in between you guys pretty fast, and then he says a couple words, and you just feel this great urge to leave.
To leave.
Yeah. To climb down and to never come back to his to this area.
Jump!
Suggestion?
May I make a suggestion?
I'm not even gonna let you roll for it. You just
Okay.
You
So,
get
no
suggested.
more messing with the birds.
You get suggested. Yeah.
Okay.
But the fish does stop. He's not happy about that. You just are really good at like making everyone unhappy with you. It's perfect. Scratch just has a way of getting underneath everyone's skin, even this guy, right?
We hate him and we love it.
Man,
In fact, we love to hate him.
that's incredible.
And we hate to love him.
All right. What are you spending your time doing?
I'm gonna spend my time meditating, practicing my spells.
Okay.
This new one, I'll look around as a mirror image every once in a while and see if I can perfect it.
Yep. Oh yeah, you get it down. Yeah.
And I see Zatari reading. I
With
like
this massive monocle leaned up against
Yeah.
his pages sometimes.
Yep.
I like books I'll come right over her shoulder every once in a while.
Sure. Well, again,
I'm
this is
literally
a big.
up on a couch.
Imagine a book like this big with a big monocle thing.
So I'll sit next
right?
to her and read every
Yeah,
once
you
in a
can
while.
read it just fine as well. Yeah.
There's like a blanket just generally moving through your lap as I'm making it.
Right.
Watch out for the blood spots.
Hard no. That's enough for me, dog.
He brings he tells you at some point it dawns on him that you play music, and he brings you a book of poems and spells and songs or whatever. So, anyways, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a few things throughout this this journey. First thing is I'm trying to experiment with some of the spells that I've learned, and one that I think is particularly appropriate here is I want to try and use Skywrite to like manipulate the fog around
Sure,
here.
yeah.
Not necessarily to like expose from below or anything, but just like practicing Skywrite since this useless spell.
Right.
Help, we've been kidnapped by a cloud giant.
Right.
And various other spells I'll be just like trying perfecting and practicing.
Cool.
Early on, I'm going to actually ask the people who are reading through the various texts to keep an eye out for any information about Gonkelgrim and Delge Denkel. Delg Dinkel? However you pronounce it. He is capable of reading, he just doesn't do it. He doesn't really enjoy doing it.
Sure.
It's a challenge for him just because the language and it's hard for him to write and stuff like that, so yeah. And then at some point, again, he'd like to approach the frost giant and basically just ask if he can like
Cloud giant.
Sorry,
The giant.
the fire giant.
We might as well get them all.
If it would be okay if he communicated with the Griffins at all. Not the Griffins. Yes, the Griffins.
If you communicate with the Griffins,
If they would be willing to communicate with me. Because I've never really encountered a tamed one before.
oh, they're not really tame. Is kind of his response.
Oh, they're wild?
Yeah, but I can keep them under control.
He's bigger than they are.
Yeah.
Do you do that through magical means or?
Well, I can. You know, by this point, I can just kind of talk to him. You know, he basically has familiars. These are his familiars.
Yeah.
More than one. I don't even know if that's possible, but it is with him.
What is Maisie doing?
I presume Maisie's just kind of following me around.
Maisie goes and sleeps with them.
With the Griffins?
Yeah.
Alright.
And just comes back when she's
Yeah.
done sleeping?
Yep.
Maisie is the size of a light snack.
So light, it's not even worth it.
I think Maisie could probably take care of herself if she needed to.
Hey man, Griffins. Okay, it's a griffin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like I need to defend this decision I just made.
The Griffins wouldn't eat the cat.
Why would the Griffins not eat the cat? Oh yeah, no, they're not very smart. Never mind. Okay, she doesn't. She doesn't.
The cat does not hang out with the Griffins.
Actually, they're not smart. So if Maisie pretends to be one of them,
She's a baby griffin.
She's lacking a beak, but
She pulls off an excellent baby
Yeah.
griffin.
if she goes up and snuggles up to one of them, they're going to be like, I guess she's one of us.
yeah, sure. You know what? That's enough for me. That's enough for me. Yeah, she kind of goes up there. They kind of sniff it, but I mean,
Because she's smart enough to do it.
yeah, she's smart enough, and yeah, we'll even say, you know, there's a little bit of help from the giant fella. So okay, so you're gonna do that. Is there anything else? You said there was a few things.
Well, yeah. So does he allow me to communicate with them at all, or?
To go up and talk with them.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I just checked. So they are pretty. You get a lot of like emotional based primal responses, right?
I do have to speak with animals that
Yeah.
I'll lead with.
Yeah, but again, so to translate, I mean, yeah, they're
still stupid.
Oh yeah. They even,
Wait, so Griffins aren't intelligent? Like they're more animalistic than? Oh, really?
They have like 4, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't they have to have, in order for you to talk to them, don't they have to at least have 6 intelligence?
Yeah.
And it's a monstrosity.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can barely talk.
Yeah. Yeah, they have an intelligence of 2.
Wow.
Better than I
Yeah.
thought.
So they're pretty, and they're monstrosities. Can you even talk to monstrosities, or does it have to be a beast?
Communicate with beasts for the duration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, he kind of suggests, you know, to just leave him be. You know, he's like, I mean, he's like, it really is. They really kind of just talk about comfort and danger and food and sleep and, you know, basic things. He's like, that's kind of all that goes on in their heads. But I've learned how to kind of get them to go after things. I learned how to put images in their heads, and they're pretty good at tracking stuff down. So at least one of them is. And he kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, I never give that one to Jamie. Jamie, don't. No, he best hunter, just dense as a dead dormouse. Because he would know what a dormouse is. Anyways.
I love dead dormice.
Yeah.
Better than living ones. I can tell you that.
So, that's okay. So, okay.
Now, the living ones tickle when they go down.
All right. So, first day passes without much happening.
Sleep up in high places.
Okay. Second day goes by without much happening.
And those conversations that we had before the break, those are kind of happening throughout
The 10 days.
the 10 days, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Third day, nothing happens. Fourth day on the journey, you hear some. Okay, how would this happen? Okay, you guys are flying through the air. You're under the cover of cloud. Okay.
Except for the obvious giant wizard's hat.
Yeah, except for the giant wizard's hat. And
Writing on the bottom says,
yeah, so so you hear some shouting, you know, outside. You hear some voices, and yes, that's what you hear. That's what you hear. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yep.
I probably would be outside. I'm
Better check it
primarily
out.
staying outside.
So you're primarily staying outside.
I'll climb down from the table and go outside and check it out.
Okay.
I'll be with you.
Yeah, so pretty. I mean, you guys are moving pretty fast, and sound is. I mean, sound.
I mean, what's
also
other
moves.
voice you do here? We're the only ones here.
I heard some voices. It sounded like there was some shouting.
Yeah, so you, as you kind of climbing down, starting to head out,
Yeah.
You
you
always
are
hear
already
voices.
outside, right? You see you see some shadows entering through the mist. Okay? Big shadows, big winged shadows, and they kind of come soaring in, and one of them actually kind of comes soaring past, and just real quick, you kind of hear him shout back. It's like, "They're right below us. They're right here. Yep. You can land there. The horses are there." You know, they kind of hear some direction or whatever. But what you see is you see a giant vulture with someone on its back, kind of quickly fly past. Then you hear a few more come in. You kind of hear them land. Right? And you hear some general kind of murmuring between them as they dismount, and yeah, you see it kind of starts to get crowded because a couple land at a time. They kind of yell back, and a few more land, and then this is kind of when you guys start coming out.
What are they?
Who is going to head out?
What are they riding?
Giant vultures.
Giant vultures.
Giant vultures. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what you saw. You see kind of shadows and hear sounds of yelling and stuff.
Okay.
Towards the doors, not going outside
Okay.
yet.
Who's going out?
Is there a window or something that I can get to?
Yeah, you can climb up to a window.
And then I know look out and
Yeah.
see what's going on.
Door, window, out.
Already.
What do you want to do?
Are most people going out?
They're going out. He's out. I'm at the
These two
door.
are not.
I will say the door with you.
Okay.
I'm happy to know.
Okay.
Oh, we've done this before.
So you step out, and you like in the these shadows kind of start coming in, and they're wearing really weird looking. You kind of like, are these bat people? Because that's what you see in the shadow, right? They're speaking common, but you're like, are these bat people? Because they look like they have big giant bat ears, right? They come through the mist, and you recognize, and they're all dressed the same way, and it's just kind of a weird looking headdress or whatever. And
It's a headdress with bat ears.
it looks kind of like big bat ears.
Big bat ears.
Like, yeah, and
Can I make a insight check to see if I think this is a threat or if they're here on more of a peaceful?
sure.
Right,
Well,
giant.
so they kind of see you, right? Because you see them, they see you, but they're not like you're kind of out by the horses, right? Horses, doorway, landing, kind of all over, right? So here's the doorway. The Agars start going right towards there, They're just kind of ignoring you.
Which is where we are.
Yeah.
So they're kind of moving towards the doorway, but they're not looking at you. They're actually looking up.
Hi, guys.
They say, "We come to speak with the master of the tower."
Who might you be?
He says, "Well, this doesn't really concern you. We're here to talk with the master of the tower."
I kinda,
He yells up.
Hold on one second. Mr. Zephyros!
So around this time of the day, you kind of notice over the last few days,
Yeah.
the Mr. Giant keeps a very odd sleeping schedule. Okay, and even though it's like in the middle of the day, he's taking one of his old man naps.
Okay.
Right.
The master can't speak with you right now because it's nap time, and he's very, very grumpy if you wake him up from his nap.
Yeah.
Believe me, you do not want to get on his bad side. So,
They say, "Neither do we. Thanks for the warning," and they just head right in.
no, we're not.
Hold on.
It's like, we're not here for you. We've come to speak to the master, as you are.
The master is not here, not able to speak to you. Perhaps if you wait outside while you wake up, then he can probably come talk to you.
Don't wake him up from nap time. What if someone woke you up from nap time? How would you feel, huh?
So they, again,
You have not been invited into this house. We are here by invitation.
so they're gonna ignore you and just keep pushing you.
I'm gonna stand in front of them with my shield up, and hold on, boys.
Drawing my mace.
And I'll have my mace on you. Now, hold on a second. If you would be so kind and patient to wait outside, once the master's awake, we will summon you. Get over
They look at you and they say, last chance, guys.
I gnashed my
We
teeth
just
at
want to
them.
go in and talk with him.
He's not fit to talk right now.
I don't know that.
We
For all
know
we
that.
For all we know, you have kidnapped him and you're holding him hostage. How we can't trust you just as much as you can't trust
Well,
us.
he does have a point.
Yeah.
However, we were here first.
Who cares? Last warning.
I gnashed my teeth at them.
Would
And
history
one of them looks at you and goes,
would history tell me anything about these
you can
guys?
give me a history roll if you'd like.
Can I roll
You
it?
want a history roll?
No, I want to hide behind the door.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna go back inside.
Okay, you can give me. Give me. Are you trying to just go inside, or are you trying to sneak? She wants to sneak. Yeah.
Can
or
I-
hide away.
I get a 13 on history.
You can try hiding.
I have a 23 on hiding.
No, you wouldn't know what they are.
Okay.
Can I do intimidation with my teeth? It's not gonna be good.
Sure. I mean, you're welcome to.
One.
Okay.
It's not a natural one.
Well,
but I
once
have
you got one.
Modifying one.
Wait, I still have to subtract.
Look.
Yeah, here's
No. We have had 3 days pass. You're good.
Hey, you
Oh yeah.
nine.
So, what season are you in? Please tell me you're back at trusting everyone and you want to welcome these guys in. Just kidding.
But it's free.
I think I'm still winter.
I see. Okay, so pulling out mace, pulling out shield, trying to intimidate, hiding. Are you trying to hide or are you just moving in?
I was going to try to hide.
Okay, give me a roll for hide.
I was gonna try some diplomacy, ask them, alright, you can come on in, just leave your weapons outside, there's no need for them here.
Yeah, and he points at him. No need, right? Whatever.
Damon, put your weapon down, be nice. Be
I mean,
nice.
I've got mine out too, just like.
Yeah, and I have my.
Our last warning, your last
Jaws.
warning.
That's fine.
So I walk to the door, like between our group and their group, and I say, Zephram is sleeping. You will wait, and I just kind of take my staff and bang it on the cloud, I guess, or whatever. And basically, and with that, a warding wind starts encircling the tower.
What is that?
Yep, so it's a spell that no one uses because, yeah. So a strong wind of 20 miles per hour blows around you in a 10-foot radius, so basically covering the entranceway. And it does the following things. It deafens me and any other creatures in the area.
Okay.
It extinguishes any unprotected flames. It hedges out vapors, gas, and fog that can be dispersed by a strong wind. It's difficult terrain for anyone that's not me.
Okay.
And attack rolls of ranged weapons have disadvantage if it would pass in or out of the wind.
Okay, so you basically put a barrier in between
Yes.
those three, yourself, and these three who are inside.
No, I'm between our group and the incoming group. So basically saying,
You shall not
you'll
pass.
wait until he's awake.
So it's 20. Okay.
It's just difficult terrain. It won't stop you.
No, but it's the power of wind on a cloud of wind.
Right.
So,
Okay.
intimidation maybe.
With my hiding, if they look like they were going to attack us,
Sure.
I was going to cast Bane.
Okay. Well,
How many of them are there?
9.
There's 7 of us. We should be fine.
One for each of my lives.
I'm
You mean the two you have
I'm gonna
left?
say if you want to hide, you're not gonna be able to see what's going on.
Believing in the
What do
law.
you? So what'd you get? Okay. So you're trying to hide. You're you think you're hiding.
I'm very nicely hidden.
Yeah. Okay.
After I
Okay. Let's draw this out, folks.
All right.
Everyone's given their last warning, so I think we all know what's happening.
Initiative.
As much as we tried to avoid it.
Would you like to take a Big Mac, please?
All right.
For a second, I thought you said the Big Mac, and I was like, what?
Go.
Are you hungry?
I bet.
It's Spider Chicken.
I'm always hungry.
Yeah, I suppose you're a young teen. You're
Growing.
growing.
Always hungry.
Okay, so here
On
is.
Saturday, I was eating all day. Well, it wasn't a good thing, but it's fine.
Okay, so there's like these.
I don't need catacombs anymore.
No, you don't.
You want me to move this now, sir?
Yeah, let's.
So there's kind of like these supports. Okay, so the doorway.
That's like what, 20 feet?
Actually, I need.
I got some water, but I don't have a. So.
Okay, germs don't bother me.
All right, there you go.
Every other situation.
That works.
All right. Oh, you should probably get your water back.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So there's kind of like an entryway right here. Okay, these are all 4 feet. I mean 4 feet. Yeah.
5 foot.
You guys want to do math?
No.
These are all 4 feet wide. The squares are all 4 feet, which means every 5.
The squares are all 4 feet?
Yeah, just to mess with you.
No.
Shoot.
You are
I
the worst
poured
kind of
way
DM.
too much. Or the best,
That's true.
depending on if you're crazy or not. So,
The thing is, the one
think
who
the-
plays with the rules can either be the worst or the best. And I usually consider them both. Because I like it when rules are played with, but at the same time, I don't.
It breaks from the nose.
Yep. And I like things normally.
I like how the human picture.
they are 5-foot squares. We've been dealing with a lot of 10-foot squares, so. Alright, so.
Hey,
I
actually,
want you to place yourselves where you would draw the line.
Where,
That's the entrance.
where's the door?
Right here.
Oh, that's the entrance?
Yep.
So this is the entrance, right? So you show me where you are because this is a 20-foot cube or what?
It's.
Yeah, actually, you can put
10-foot radius centered on me, and it remains
So
centered
it
on me
wasn't
as I move.
successful really.
So,
hiding.
are you
Kinda like at the edge of the door.
are you up here? Because Taman's going to be like right there.
So this is the inside, right? So he's
Oh,
up
this
here-
is inside.
Yeah, he's up here sleeping.
This is inside, that's up.
He's up 80 feet above you, right there, snoring loudly.
Okay, and this is the doorway.
No, this is the doorway.
This is the doorway. Okay, yeah. So I'll be there.
Yep, I'll be right next to him.
Okay, and so yeah, the three of us are kind of blocking the door, and you're right there, basically, or
Yeah, it's in the
there, something like that.
And where are they?
They're gonna be right up in your faces, right up in your grills.
actually, I would like to know, have he and I
some
had
people.
our conversation yet? Because that may,
All the emotions?
yeah.
Yes.
Because that may change things depending on whether that's happened or is yet
Oh
to
yeah,
happen.
you've had the conversation about emotions, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
Mushu angry. Mushu smash.
I'm not
well,
the
here's
hope.
so we gotta play this out because they were just going to push their way in. Okay. So we gotta play, and if you guys were just placing yourself in the way of the thing or whatever,
Yep.
right? So what guy looks like he could? Okay, we'll do blue because he stands out. We'll make him like the. Okay, they were just gonna push through, right? So this is kind of where they're at. These guys are kind of hanging back a little bit here, kind of watching the proceedings or whatever. So they're kind of spread out, and you were like over here, right? When they started coming in. So again, I need to know, because you're not really going to be able to get in between them, because they were just going to walk right in, and they said they got in the way. So what would you like to do?
I guess I'll go right up to the guy in the corner. No, the next one. Yeah, basically right there, and make save it there.
Do it there.
Yeah.
So he's just like in the wind.
There's at least 3 people in the wind. It looks
20
like.
feet?
It's a 10-foot radius based on myself.
Okay.
So 10 feet out.
So a couple of them, including Sark and Taman.
Yeah, they would be.
Okay. So like you're like he's like you're just like you got one. I mean you can move into friendly figures, right?
Yeah, but those aren't friendly.
Yeah, but you could kind of if you wanted to get. Well, yeah, they're kind of taking it up. Never mind. So unless you guys want to. Let him in or whatever, because he's kind of out there.
Well, if
by
he's trying to
himself.
get buy-in, yeah, I'll certainly move him in, but I'll still keep them from coming in.
Okay, so you kind of move ground so he can get in front of you. Because you're gonna have to. You're
yeah,
gonna have to do that.
yeah, I'll step.
Okay.
He's okay with that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'll stand
You
back.
kind of step, and then he goes, Goosh! And then all this, you know. So the entrance is just filled with this sound.
Yeah, deafening sound. Yeah, everyone here.
How long does it last?
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right. And you're like up in a window up here. You're hidden. But, well, I got to give you something to hide in. Otherwise, it's just kind of bare wall.
She could be laying down up on top of the table.
Yeah.
They wouldn't see her from the floor.
So let me
box, solid snakes.
Could have been up on the windowsill and just hiding from the ground.
See, the problem is the tables is like way over here, way back there.
I would have moved.
It's
too high.
really bare.
She could be in the garbage can.
Yeah. We're looking. Oh, there. We'll say right here. There's like a. Gosh, there's like a. Over here and over there, there's like there's a couple statues. I forgot to say that.
Cool, slide me on over.
Yeah. So. You know, it puts something on there, but it doesn't actually describe what it is. So I'm gonna say they're just, you know, big. Yeah. So. Big statues or whatever. So. So there's a statue, and you're hiding behind it. All right. So they kind of look at it, right? And they're kind of in the wind, and they kind of look at each other, and it's like, did you say it's deafening?
Yeah, anyone who's in the radius is actually deaf right now.
Okay, so they're like, they kind of look at each other like, and you guys are looking at each other just like, how do you guys react to the fact that suddenly wind is like blowing around you?
Well, it did seem to happen when he banged his staff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I think it was our party that did it.
So you guys are kind of looking at each other a little bit, like,
But
and he's just, what are you doing? Are you just like staring at him?
I'm focused on the opposing party.
Sure. He's just got this glare. He's just staring.
Question.
Yeah.
Which of these look like? Which of these guys look like they were doing the majority of the talking? Like the one.
I'm just gonna say the first, the
15, 20, 25.
this one and that one. Those two.
Those two?
Those two. Do they look like they have? What? Do they look like they have any metallic armor, or what do they have for weapons?
That's a dang good question.
Can't hear the signal now.
We can't hear the signal of your girly scream. Oh no.
Hey, will Night Toll the Dead still work in this?
Yes, because they hear it in their mind.
They hear it in
Okay.
their
I
mind.
recall. And technically, somatic components would still work because you're not mute; you're just deafened.
Right.
So if they had to actually hear your voice for it to work, it would not work.
Question is, what would work? Thunder wave versus this? Because you can't hear the thunder wave. Would the sound pass through it?
But you would feel the.
You would feel it, but there's like it's like a 300 foot range audible sound as well. So I wonder if that would pass through. If it would.
Oh,
I would say probably not.
I would say you would probably hear it through this.
Okay.
But it's
Leather.
the
Okay.
blast.
Yeah, it's the blast thing.
But anyways, they kind of look at each other and they kind of step back, right?
Okay. Have them step back.
Okay. So they kind of step back, and they go back here or whatever.
I will step forward.
Sure.
I'll step with him.
I will as well.
Okay.
Move me up 2 squares.
Both they and our party does realize that it's kind of hard to move.
Yeah,
through
it's
this.
fine.
Oh yeah, so they won't be moving as fast
It's very
either.
difficult.
Well, so they're walking back.
Okay.
The main guy goes, and he walks back. Okay.
All right.
And they kind of go over here. You guys step forward. What
Yep.
do you do?
Well, David stepped before, and
I'm just
at least to the
stepping
front of the
forward.
entrance.
Okay. They're gonna keep walking this way.
Oh, they won't see you. That doesn't seem aggressive or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're out of his wind now.
Couple of these guys. No, if you're there, it
move me a
stays
little
with
farther
him.
forward.
Yeah.
So it moves with him.
Are you moving forward with?
There we go.
Okay, these 3 had their vultures parked over here. Most of them had theirs back here, whatever.
I'm gonna stay in the doorway
Okay.
because our party is choosing not to remain behind.
Oh, well, yeah. I'll,
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
stay in the doorway.
You just want to get out of the wind.
Yes.
Okay.
Place me one more to Taman next to him. Yep.
Of course.
Mr.
These guys kind of go that way, right? Yeah.
I would like at this point to cast a message to Mr. Jeffros.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, there's some people here looking for you.
Why are you waking him up from his nap? That's what we were preventing.
Because this is literally a matter of life and
I'm
death.
literally 100 feet away from you. You have no
So
idea.
they can.
yeah.
So when they whisper back, that's how they hear you, right? Because you point you
I point and whisper.
you point and whisper, and then they can whisper and you hear it, right? That's what you hear.
I'm happy hiding behind my statue.
His response was snoring. Yeah. Okay. So.
Scratch is there. Scratch would like to head upstairs.
So you're in the window, right?
So,
So you want to start climbing?
yeah, I don't think he has stairs. He just floats everywhere. So yeah, I'll just start climbing up.
Even if he had stairs, it'd be so large, it'd be annoying.
Still be climbing anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that was
Okay.
If they are attacking you with range, it is at disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And if I see anyone look like they're attacking, I'm going to light off Radiance of the Dawn.
Sure. As you hear me rolling
And if
dice.
anybody makes a break,
shush, shush.
There's stuff
You
happening.
only know stuff is happening because I'm rolling dice, so I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
gonna let
Well,
that-
I mean, we are
that's great.
we
There
are
watching these
in
people.
Yeah,
we are in a standoff.
yes.
fine,
Yeah.
but we're gonna roll initiative.
That's fine.
All
But
right.
there is gonna be one surprise on you. You suddenly feel something smash into you,
Okay.
and it does 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So is this like a physical object?
Nope.
Okay.
You just suddenly get smoked in the back.
In the back.
Yep.
Okay. So I glance back. Do I see a spiritual weapon?
And then the moment, nope,
No, really.
nope. And then, the moment that happens, you see one of the guys who's like here looking back, yell, "Go!" And then everyone kind of springs to action. Okay.
All right.
So let's all roll for initiative.
Yep.
Now we will furnish.
Yep, because stuff is about to go down. Yeah, something hit you. You felt something. Boom! Just smoke you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened. I rolled for it all.
That was just the free
I rolled a nat 20 on something. So on the first roll, the roll that really mattered, I rolled a nat 20.
You did that last week too.
I sure did, but I keep using different dice.
Which dice did you roll this time?
Where's your medallion?
At home.
In
the 20 up position. Just kidding, I don't know.
Seriously, someone flip that over.
I actually have no idea.
Kids,
All
if you're
right,
watching,
so
go back and flip it over.
who got higher than 20? Anyone?
Nope.
Okay. Who got 15 to 20?
15.
Okay, nice. What'd you get?
15.
15.
Okay.
I have a 10 dexterity.
Okay. 10 dexterity. What's yours?
It's a +2. I don't know what it is now.
Okay.
15.
So she's gonna go before you.
I was gonna say mine's +0, so.
And then Mushu. You get to see Mushu do stuff.
Yeah, Mushu's never been in combat before, at least with this
All right. And then we got 10 to 15.
14.
14. Okay. And what'd you get?
8.
What'd you get?
8.
What'd you get?
4.
I'm guessing he has better dex. Okay.
Barely.
All right. Key, you get smoked by something behind you that you cannot see.
Okay.
You turn around quickly. There's nothing.
Okay.
You guys keep getting hit with stuff like this.
I did do a
I
concentration
didn't.
check and I made it.
Oh wait, I didn't decide on the shadow thing. I should say. This one's actually in the book. This one isn't me.
Okay.
I don't like to hit you guys with invisible attacks just for the fun of it.
Okay, so we know it's invisible now.
Well, of course it is. They can't see it.
Yeah. So, do I have an idea of which one cast it? Because I was observing them pretty closely.
There was no casting.
No casting. Interesting. Alright.
Did
The
anyone
guy that shouted.
throw something?
You just
well,
saw
the guy that did the point and did the visual shout. Which one was that?
The guy in blue there with the
With
sword.
a sword.
No, actually, I'm gonna say it was this one.
Okay.
So how far away from me is he right now?
Numbers.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you there.
35?
30.
30.
I'm moving everyone into their closest one because I didn't do that before.
Alright, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna put myself in the middle of all of them. So I am going to bonus action shapeshift into a dire wolf.
Okay, is it concentration to hold on to your
It is, but
spinning stuff or whatever?
it is, and I made my check. I got it. I'm gonna bonus action shapeshift into dire wolf. Concentration spells persist through
Cool.
shapeshifting, and I'm going to charge the first enemy in front of me. Are there any next to an ally?
Not yet.
Not yet. They're all 10 feet away.
You want this guy in the yellow? He'd be straight
20.
Let's do the.
Yeah,
Wait,
this one is 25 movement. That one's 20.
Okay. Let's do the one in yellow because it keeps me closer to the door.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to bite him.
All right. Bite away.
I don't bite.
Aww.
I mean, I bite 2 plus 5, so 7. I mean, does this
Leather
look like
armor. It doesn't look that bad.
Okay.
He's quick, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's probably all I'm gonna do at that point.
Okay. Adri.
Alright. Well, I wouldn't have heard the shout.
No, but you do hear. Yeah, because you were within the wind when that happened.
I think so.
Yeah. And you were trying to hide, but then the wind moves away. And so you can peek around as sneaky as you would like to try.
I'll just look around the corner.
Okay.
So I see Key running
Yep.
to start attacking.
Yep.
You assume it's key. It's
You can see everyone but this guy right here.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume that everyone's being hostile.
Yeah.
And since there's 9 of them, I'm gonna try out my new spell and cast Hear Image.
Nice.
There's 3 of me. And then I'll
There's 3 of you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll
Okay.
look behind behind the corner again.
Okay. So you now have 3 of you. Fantastic. Is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I have had time to process my thoughts, the first thing that I would like to do is cast a spirit weapon, right behind the orange one.
Okay.
The
orange one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Square over. Yes.
Okay.
I like it this way because that way you can't tell that's the real.
And I will attempt to hit with the weapon. That will be a 22.
That'll hit. Which one? So you're going to try to hit the orange one?
Yep.
I mean, you're going to hit the orange one?
Ooh, max damage, 11 force damage.
Hey, that's about time you're rolling something other than a 1.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's like a new character to do.
11 damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt.
I figured, and then I would like to move my. Actually, no. I will then toll the dead the same orange one.
Okay. Toll.
So that is a wisdom save.
11.
No, and he has been hit, so I get the 12 damage die. 7.
Okay. Ouch.
Now I'm dealing damage.
Okay, so which one pointed?
The one he's attacking.
The one he's attacking?
Yeah.
Okay, so put my spirit weapon next to his. Nope, no. Other side, right there.
Weapons fly.
And I will.
So many spirit
I will attack with the spirit weapon.
Even our spirit weapons are next to each other.
Does a 12 hit? No. Okay. Then I
He's able
will
to duck out of the way just in time. He's like, another one.
dodge this. Let's see. I will move forward 1.
Which one?
Nope, that one. Nope, nope. The other one. That one. At which point, everybody is within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
Radiance of the Dawn. It's a con save.
Oh, nice.
Only to the hostile creature.
Only to the hostile creatures, so it does not affect my friend, and I'm assuming that all of them are hostile.
Am I outside of 30 feet? That's pretty cool, man.
I'm not considering
You are.
hostile.
You're outside of it.
This.
Hooray! Just in case. Just in case.
I need to make con saves.
Yep.
Con saves.
Okay, I need guys point. So I need you to point over the top
Okay,
of
let's
someone.
start with the
Well,
yellow.
let's start with the one that actually got injured already.
Yep.
Since
Orange
he's
guy.
already injured. Okay, so orange. So con save 13.
Fails.
Okay.
Fail.
What's he take?
He takes 16.
Okay.
We're going to the blue guy behind him.
Blue guy behind him. Crit fail. So he takes 16.
He takes
okay?
16.
Okay.
Okay.
2d10 plus your cleric level.
19. plus
16,
one.
15.
Okay.
15 is what they take.
Okay. 19. Do they take half?
They take half.
Okay. So 8.
8
Or,
fails.
No, 15? 7. So they take
7.
7 if they fail.
Yes.
Or if they save.
Blue guy.
Or if they save. Yeah.
They save on a 14.
He has 19 plus.
Okay. 18.
Saves.
So he takes
He
7.
takes 7.
Another 19.
Save. 7.
4.
Fails.
Fail.
15.
Takes 15.
Yeah.
Some have more HP than others.
No. No, it's just that's enough to take them out. 14.
Saves.
Oh.
That's my
7.
fails.
Okay.
15.
Takes 15.
Dies. The one who, and then 9. So that one dies
That
too.
fails.
All right. All right. Wow.
And then I say, oops.
Oops. Okay. So these guys then used to do the things.
Oh,
Before
the
they
other ones are
arrested
taking
him
7
down.
damage. So they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Oh,
what?
the invisible thing that hit him,
If there's something there,
If it was a spell attack, obviously I
Oh,
do nothing
yeah.
to it. But if it's still around,
it would also be.
Is it still within 30
is there
feet?
someone that's invisible?
That would get him.
Okay.
And that was a 18.
So 7.
Yep, so he takes 7.
Take 7.
And if it is a spell like invisibility, that would require a concentration check.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, let me roll for that. All right. So.
I don't do well against Phoenix. Poppling Freeble and GG 3 road
Yep. Sure.
I got a really good murder screen. Like, if you murder, let me know.
Single-handedly took out half of them.
It's a very concerning screen.
I call that efficient.
So please don't use it.
I love Radiance of the Dawn. It does so much lovely damage.
I'm just glad it's not being used against me.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nasty one, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it?
In it.
All right. Well.
I think I'm going to be taking some damage.
You take another. Oh gosh. You take 12.
Who?
More slam
Oh,
damage.
he does.
And is it from someone I can see, or is it still an invisible target? Okay.
I see it. Yeah.
Can I smell where it's coming from? Because I do have a fancy nose now.
No, it doesn't really have a smell. When you find out what it is, you'll know why.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. Oh, well.
Only once per turn, and if I actually had the opportunity to joining, I can do it again.
Yeah. Okay. You get slammed again.
Okay.
With a crit.
Okay.
So.
He's got the hit points. Lay it on him.
Yeah, he does. 20
Okay.
slam
Still
damage.
shapeshifting?
Oh, I'm still shapeshifting.
Yeah, dire wolves. How much do they have?
37.
He's ticking away.
The wolf isn't looking so good. The bird under it
wolf, yeah.
actually isn't looking great either. But combined, I can still take a hit or two.
Yep.
And
Plus you get a match.
Plus I get another shapeshift.
yeah. So
Druids are so tame.
they are. Druids. I mean, you guys have 4 tanks in this group. 4 tanks. Oh yeah, they are. He's got. What's your AC?
My AC is 17.
What's your AC?
Right now, without Shield of Faith, is 18.
Tank. What's yours?
18.
Tank. Tanks.
With decent hit points.
Yeah.
Like the
Not as much on the decent hit point side.
I think all of us are.
Because I think you only get, what, a
okay.
D8?
Yes.
For clerics, yeah.
For
So
clerics.
fighters, barbarians, even rangers get higher hit dice.
Yeah, but we don't
Barbarian's
have
gonna
any.
be 12.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. He dies. He dies. He dies. He dies.
So that's 4 down, 5 to go.
Yeah.
That we can see.
Yeah, I mean, they got about as much hit points as well. They're just a bit harder to hit.
Okay. Yeah. They're all gonna do things to you.
Yeah,
Nice
they
things.
didn't like the flashing, I guess.
No, they didn't. So he's gonna run up and he's gonna attack you. They got scimitars. And he's gonna miss you.
I know.
This guy is gonna come in, seeming to gain strength from being close by to his buddy. They get rather
Radiance of the Dawn, or not Radiance of the Dawn.
fanatical.
Fanatical.
They become fanatical against you.
Some kind of fancy
Sakura.
Warding flare. So disadvantage.
Cult fanatics.
They're cultists, are you saying?
Did you?
You'll find it out. Yeah, I heard him.
Hey, what happens to their vultures?
So what's your AC now then?
It's still 17, but he has disadvantage to hit me.
Oh! Okay, well then I guess I gotta need to reroll then. Because I have advantage now. I'm sorry. Well, I rolled a 17.
I'd like to know what happened to the
Right there.
vultures.
Okay,
'cause I didn't hear anything about what
Do you guys ever wonder, like, I always used to wonder if my DM was fudging rolls. I hope you guys know I'm happy to show you at any point. Okay.
We would never doubt you. I mean, you show us that it's a 20.
I mean, you're a minister for crying out loud.
Right? Yeah. No, not when I'm here. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. So it's just a little scimitar.
It's just a little scimitar. Does it do necrotic damage?
I wish. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I don't want it to do it. I rolled a 5 plus 1. So that'll be 6 slashing damage.
-6. I can accommodate that.
That one, they're all gonna run up to you as well. All of them singeing, of course.
Smoke rolling off of their backs.
Yes. Oh man, that was fun to watch. I rolled a 2, but then I rolled a 16, and they get plus something 3. So
okay.
Another scimitar. Oh, I rolled a 6 plus 1, so that's a 7. And then he. Oh wait, there's another one right here, huh?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna come up. They're all just gonna, because you did the thing that hurt them all, so they're all fanatically coming after you.
Well, I guess that didn't intimidate them.
Oh,
I'm sure it made him angry.
Well,
Oh, they're about to die.
I think that was a crit, wasn't it?
it was both. I rolled a crit fail and a crit success. A 20 and a 1.
Did they have advantage?
Chuck's dice,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh, so
Chuck's dice. It is just 2 d6s. That would be 5 plus 1, so
Be another
6
6.
more.
Okay.
And then this guy.
I'm giving the signal.
Can anyone hear it?
He's farther than 10 feet away from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is going to actually come over here.
Hey, he already hit me.
What?
He already hit me, didn't he?
1, 2, 3, 4. This one first, that one next, that one next, that one next.
I thought you rolled 5 times.
No, this was my big guy. This is my.
The last 10 feet needs to be 20 feet.
That's right, he can't get next to you, can he?
No,
And I just barely made my concentration.
Oh, so he's going to attack me instead.
Well, yeah,
Can
because
he get next?
he did know that it was hard to move, right?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't be able to get to it.
He could get to Sark.
I mean, I can if you want.
No,
You can
no,
throw
go
something
ahead.
at me.
Yeah, but you'd also have a
I'll go to Sark.
Alright.
What can I say?
So he's the big guy.
You know what? No, they would. He would. This is exact. Yeah, he would. He would. He would. But he's going to. You see his hand swirling, and he reaches out to touch you.
Oh boy, this guy.
Hit the deck.
Bad touch, bad touch.
Bad touch, bad touch, bad
already
touch,
used my
bad touch.
scorching ray.
Danger.
16 plus.
I've already used the warning flare.
Scorching ray. Yes.
Okay.
4 to hit.
Yeah, so that hits me.
4 hits.
Does that inflict
16
wounds?
plus 4. Yeah.
That's 2d8. Or is it
That's
3d8?
right.
No,
You
it's
have to at a
3d10.
higher level, right?
It's necrotic.
It is.
It's still
He doesn't know
3d10.
that, but
If you could cast it at a higher level.
So it,
you were also the one really talking back down to him to it. It really does make a lot of sense.
Yes, yes.
it's still 3d10, so like there's still a good chance that you go down to this.
3d10.
Yeah, so I can increase it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm probably going
There's a
down.
cleric right
It's a good thing. It's a
There's
good.
2 clerics within range.
It's a good thing I gave the signal.
It's a good thing you have the life
first
flash
session?
right next to
we
you.
got
Who just so
another one.
happens to have
You
won.
did,
Didn't I say that
right?
too? Who said that?
So after having it, I rolled 15. So half is down to 7.
That just puts you down.
That just puts me down.
Did it really?
Yes.
And down goes Taven.
And down goes Taven.
So 50.
Like unconscious?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not dead.
Yes. Just minus. Yes. That is. I had 7. No. Yes. I had 7 hit points left, and he
Even
hit me
with the cut
with 7.
Okay, finish them off, kids. They're almost dead. Aside from whatever it is that's on you.
Also, knock Taman down because he is
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
As he as he touches you, he said, "I did warn you." Ah! Those are the last words you hear.
Oh, and as he does that, I just as I'm going down, my friend.
No, you don't get to say anything. You know, like so. You start talking back, and he literally did what I just did.
Okay.
He says, "I tried watching," and you're like, "You," and he's like, "I already done it." He just yells over you because he's like, "No, I'm getting the last word."
Rude.
Oh, he's so rude. Those
He's got a
rude,
crossbow
those rude
bolt for that one.
fingers.
Crossbow bolt to the back of the head.
Scratch.
Alright, so, the lizard man cleric's next to him, right?
Yeah.
I can see him through the window, so I'm gonna take a. Or did I start climbing? I don't know.
You're up. Your call. You did say you were going to try to start climbing.
I don't know. I'm gonna shoot, then I guess I'm gonna continue climbing.
Okay. And which one are you shooting at?
The only one I get my sneak attack against, so the big bad boss guy.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Okay,
It's the
drop
boss.
it. I mean, well, shoot.
Don't drop the crossbow.
Yeah. Drop the
Drop the crossbow.
So regular roll, I don't get advantage. No, I don't.
No.
I'm gonna roll your dice.
Because you spoke. Oh, is that mine?
Yeah,
I was going to ask. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, pretty average roll. Is a 15 hit?
It does. Better than, yeah.
Sneak attack.
Everybody loves sneak attack. I get an extra 2d6, and they do d8 regularly with this thing.
When you rolled the 12, you were literally one under it.
I was what?
You were literally one. It's 13.
Alright, so I do 12 damage.
Yeah, okay. And he falls on you. As what happens to him? Crossbow
So,
bolt?
yeah, as he's looking down at you, I shoot him in the crossbow bolt, and it ends up just going right through his chest. He falls so hard.
So you shot him? It went through his chest and hit him?
No, not all the way. It's
Oh,
like
okay,
sticking
okay.
out.
Like, you know what?
through his side.
It was only a 15. So
Wait,
it
wait.
wouldn't pierce your arm.
Wait. You shot it through me into him?
No.
Is that what you're
Through
saying?
him
No.
into you.
Through him and then
And
sticking
it
in my
goes,
arm.
no, it
Sticking
goes
out
ding.
still.
It
Oh.
kind of dinks off your wall.
Okay.
Because it was just a 15.
It's gonna be sticking out a ways, but.
You fail a saving throw. Just kidding. Okay.
And then I'm gonna climb 20 feet up. I'm gonna yell, what was his name? Zephyros? Did I
Yep.
say it right?
Yep. Okay.
Zephyros! We've been boarded!
Okay. I hope you get up to him. It's like, because they said specifically like what happens with them, and I changed it to something awesome.
Okay.
They've boarded our
Basically,
Oh, yeah, and I feel an agility so I can double my movement up.
basically they're like, he sleeps through it. Big deal. So I have something fun.
I'm gonna try and make him. They're
Okay,
probably gonna
sorry.
be dead by the time.
I would like to come 3 this way and then dashing forward for the rest of my 30
Oh,
feet.
okay.
3 more.
Okay.
And then 6 more for a dash.
Sixth.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
And then I'd like to use my bonus action to inspire the wolf.
Okay, the wolf. You're inspired.
And what does that mean?
You get a bardic inspiration die.
Yeah.
So
You can add a d6 to an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw.
cool.
And you can do it after seeing the roll, so you don't have to roll it with.
All right. Sork.
Alright, seeing Taven gonna be like, Taven, no! Bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Taven.
Okay.
Nice! You heal for 6. Max healing.
Sweet.
So you come up to 6 and you are
Oh.
The guy that just insulted you as you went down and
Yes.
wouldn't let you get in the last word.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move
He's now on
around.
top.
He's now on top of me. I'm
Yeah.
going to taunt him as he breathes his last.
Absolutely, absolutely, you can. And he's unable. He tries to
I
respond.
just go, psych.
Yeah, so move me
He
around
tries
to do
respond,
the
but
mace.
he's gurgling blood. Yep.
Okay.
No, to the right.
That one.
Yeah, move around to attack him.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna whack him with my mace. My plus
Okay.
one mace.
Plus one.
Ah. That is a hold on a second.
So now we know he's
I can see it from here. It's a lot. You hit him.
That's plus 7. That's a 17 to hit
You hit.
for 6 bludgeoning damage. Wham! I just overhead swing just right down the top of his head.
Your max healing is less than my minimum healing. How sad.
And then this guy falls on you. We're doing a Gimli thing here, right?
All
So
the bodies are landing on him.
Not
Right.
dead yet.
right there you
And
go.
then can I move forward on top? Then can I move forward with my last movement on top of the body of the dude I just whacked? And then we'll call it good.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
All right. So the wolf's actually not looking particularly good at the moment.
No.
But he kind of he takes like a let's see here about
Some hit you from behind.
about 5 feet back.
Okay. You bump into something.
Yeah, about bump into something. Really, like a physical creature.
Yeah. So you try. So you kind of start to back up, and you feel like you bump into something,
All right.
and you can't see it. But at this point, okay, what you thought, right? What you thought was just. I mean, because you guys are like fighting in this mist,
Yeah.
right? That just kind of moves around every so often, right? When you bump into it, right? You notice when you bump into it, it moves a bit of the air.
Oh.
Like you see a bit of the mist just barely move in a different way.
think
as
I
the
know what
wind
this
been
is.
moving Or whatever.
Okay.
It's displacing it, kind of.
Kind of. It like there's a part that kind of swirls, just ever so gently around something. It's just the tiniest thing.
So as I see that, I let out a deafening roar, which I guess
thinking
can
one
hear
of
as well, deafened. It kind of filters in. I mean, it
Wait!
disperses.
You are still surrounded by the thing.
I am.
Then never mind. You don't see anything.
Okay, but I do feel it.
You do bump into something, but you don't see it. The wind is interrupting being able to see what this is.
I think it's an elemental of some sort. It might be a myrmidon. It might be
Yeah.
a air elemental.
If I can't
Could be
see it,
like an invisible
I'm
stalker.
probably not going
Could
to
be
choose
a
to go for
mythic.
that one. Okay. So instead we're
This is
supposed to
no,
feel
that
So you
wouldn't
can-
be that
You
strong.
can, you can bite in the general direction, so you get disadvantage.
That's
Yeah.
like
I'm going to go for a
benefits are
target
like
I know I can see though.
fourth half.
So I am going to let out a pretty big
I've run
deafening roar
That no one hears.
that no one hears, and as I'm doing that, I shapeshift into a tiger.
Okay?
And I launch myself about 20 feet onto one of the targets that's not looking injured, so probably on the other side. If I've been tracked.
Everyone's injured.
Okay. Who looks less injured?
They all look exactly the same injured.
Okay, I launched 20 feet onto one of them. You can roll a die to which one I hit. That's fine.
the close one.
It needs to be at least 20 feet away.
5, 10, 15.
Otherwise, they can take a
The
step.
only one is this one then. He's the only one.
Okay, that works. And I am going to pounce on him. So first he needs. Well, actually, let's see if I can hit him.
Okay?
Oh, that's going to be 24 to hit. So
This one is covered in +3 dragon scaling.
Yes.
Okay, so
Of course
make
it hits.
So make a DC 13 strength check first.
I'm not that.
He failed it. Okay, he gets knocked prone because I landed on him. And then I'm going to hit him with I'm going to shred him with my claws. So that's a.
What'd you get him?
Because I wanted to.
So that's actually a D8, sorry.
So you literally, from this position,
Yeah.
okay, you were here, and you pounced 20 feet forward to knock this guy down.
Yep. Doing that, I shred him for 5 damage with my claws.
Big pile of potatoes.
Man, you can't make this stuff up.
Closer to death.
And even if he is dead, he takes another 12 bite damage as I rip into him.
Tiger on top.
Because the tiger is on top of you, right?
Oh my god.
3 dead people in the tiger.
You're alive.
At least you're alive.
You can make little comments to all of them as they die. But you might have to.
Now no one can hear you though.
You might need to give me a straight chest to breathe.
No one can hear him.
Yeah, no
This
one
is
can hear
the
you or you
best.
start to
No one
comments
can
now.
hear him.
Can this be clearly seen?
You need to bathe!
Actually, these guys are pretty clean. They really are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these guys are actually.
Cultist actually, you know.
I thought he was talking to the tiger.
Yeah, the tiger.
All right, who's using the honeysuckle shampoo?
Here we go. Sorry, there we go. Can it be seen?
Oh, tiger breath! Oh, God!
Oh God. Oh God. All right. So I'm gonna use this sword to point at Taman. Right? Taman.
Is the bottom of the pile.
So here's Taman. First, this guy fell on him.
Then 2 more, and then a tiger.
Ah, messing it up, trying to hold it. Can you hold that? Yep. So that guy, all right? So this guy fell on him this way, and then this guy fell. Hey, I believe. You messed that up. It's your fault if it doesn't work.
I'm not touching anything.
Maisie,
I've done nothing but say
Your words.
Your words hurt. I'm telling Maisie to scratch you next time she sees you. If she's listening right now.
The words
I've
heal.
never met Maisie.
Oh.
Yes.
I thought it was your roommate's cat.
It depends on if you're a barter.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, cutting words, dude.
There we go. That's the way it looks right now.
Everybody get up, I gotta pee!
No one can
Ow.
hear you.
Okay. That's right. No one can hear you now.
You were down. You had to pee.
Actually, I don't even think I know.
No, really, guys!
Yeah, you might not know that you're there. Yeah, there is no sound. Your mouth opens, you're just stuck. Okay. That was fun. He's dead, of course. Yes. Adri, what do you do?
So I peek around the corner.
And there's just a pile of bodies.
There is 2 left alive. It doesn't look like it because of that, but...
I'm assuming I can see over the pile of bodies.
Ish.
I'm gonna try to get my hand out from underneath something and just go.
It's fitting because WrestleMania was just
I can say something. Right? I'd say, leave one alive.
I'd like to try.
We're the cultist.
I'd like to try to firebolt.
Yeah,
the
this
guys
just paid you
that
one.
I think there's one. The one that's I know, but I'm gonna say there's one right here that you would be able to see pretty easily. The other one would probably be at half cover because we do have a pile of bodies and a big old tiger.
Can you non-lethally blast them?
Hey.
I don't have that yet.
Oh, okay. What is it?
18 to hit
Yes.
and 2 fire damage.
2. You did 7 before.
I didn't do any damage.
No, his.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I did 7 before, yeah.
Hey, guess what? There's another body. She hits the leg.
Wilhelm scream.
My kidneys!
And it wasn't actually your firebolt that killed it, but it was one of the many swords that are also sticking out in the midst of this that can get impaled on. So now he's also attached
To another guy.
to the group. Not just on, he's like attached to the group.
We're having shish kebab for dinner, guys.
Oh.
There is one left, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we don't know about.
The only one that knows is Key.
He's the only one? Yeah.
Seeing that there's this one left, and he has tried to kill the one that I'm bonded to.
Wait, which one? What?
One.
Yeah, because they've all tried to kill him. I kind of go insane a little bit.
Let him go! Let him go! Please, God, let him go!
All you're watching is people falling on top of him.
In reality, I am closer to him, but like you moved me a lot further away.
He was close.
So I was within like 15 feet.
Sure.
Well, don't forget your spirit weapon.
No. I am going to use my action to regular bite. So that's a 22. That will hit. For 5 damage. And
How
then,
does cultist taste?
Like chicken.
I was about to say like chicken.
My father likes them. Likes them like that.
And as my final blood, he looks very bloody right now, right?
I got some fried cultists right here. Anybody want some?
He's dead. Your bite kills him.
Okay.
How does that? What does that look like? Bite him to death.
That bite hits him and he goes down, and I get down on all fours, and I start saying, and I say, prepare to meet your maker. And then I
But
use
your mouth is full.
and then I use my Hungry Jaws attack as my bonus action to just tear into him.
So he's dead already, but you're gonna tear into him.
Yeah.
Dead already. Okay, this is the one. No, you just hit him. He's dead. You don't have to roll an attack.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
So you start feasting on him.
So that's
Are you actually
ripping
eating
him to shreds?
I don't quite realize he's dead for like.
Overkill.
Well,
A
once
few
his
seconds.
head pops off. I just go ahead.
I'm going a little insane because he hurt him, so he deserves to be.
So you bite into him. You say that's it. And you bite him again.
You also gain 3
I just
temporary
imagine
HP.
you're like. I just imagine like the crocodile roll, you know?
Or I think it's
With
like,
the, it's like the alligator roll. They bite
Oh
him,
yeah,
then
they bite
spit.
and then they roll over and they.
Take the limb with him.
death roll.
Yes.
Yeah, so I
Death
just
roll.
imagine you grabbing him by the jugular and you kind of say to him,
How long will it
clench,
take for them to still be open?
and you just start spitting on the ground and his head pops off. That was a little gruesome, but that's where we're at. So there is one body. You know what? As you spin, I was gonna say there's one body that's not on you right now.
Oh god.
But as you spin, it like whips the body. And you gotta get another shish kebab.
Not gonna have kids.
The head rolls off. You watch the head kind of roll off, and then it eventually finds the edge. No, the head rolls off towards the vulture, and the vulture goes. It bites into it.
Do the vultures fly away?
So far, they're just kind of watching.
They don't care that their master is just done.
Well, again, they're
They think they're gonna be
just
hungry and
shreds.
they'll eat after this.
Yeah, they're eyeing the bodies. Yeah, for sure. That's why, I mean, the head rolls over and gets eaten by one of the vultures.
They're griffin food.
So how many bodies did we manage to get on you then? We got 1, 2, 3.
Pretty much all of them, I think.
The ones you killed in your
There's
five.
well, there were
There's-
5 left plus the lion or tiger.
So that's 7. That's awesome. I've never done a dead body pile 6 big plus a
Well, 5
tiger.
big. 5 big plus a tiger plus a
Okay.
lizard folk. So yeah, there's 7 bodies on.
True, there is a lizard folk on him.
Oh wait, is this?
Yeah, it's 6. Yeah, we got all 6 of them on there. It's beautiful. Counting the first one that died, the second one.
Alright. Well, that's.
Does that count or does that name?
No,
Taman.
Okay, I stand up with this big pile of bodies.
stand- I don't
Anyone
know.
living, get off! No. I can't do that. Yeah, Taman just goes.
Again, there's no sound. It's
Rushing
rushing
as the
wind.
tigers.
Can I? Boy.
It's windy too.
You can make a strength to see if you can get out from underneath it all.
I will try that.
Yeah.
You just want to try praying.
Yeah, sure.
instead.
Guidance myself. 17, 20. Strength or athletics?
I think it's
Well, it doesn't
straight
matter.
up
3,
straight.
23.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, he crawls out.
Yeah.
Bonus action healing word.
Right.
So to 6. Another 6 hit points.
All right. So he crawls out from underneath, just drenched in the blood of his foes.
Blood, sweat.
Other things. Probably.
Yeah.
As he crawls out, I go up to him
Okay.
and hug him and give him a cure wounds.
Well, what's wrong?
Wait.
Oh, that's true.
Still in it.
Oh yeah, there is that other thing still. Yep,
There we
never
go.
mind.
I mean, that's what you can do until he responds.
You can pull me out from under the pile and.
Yeah.
Give him a good old healing hug.
I've used my action and my bonus action, but
20, yeah, that'll hit.
2d6 damage. What happens when you roll 2d6s and they roll up as 2 6s each? Plus 3.
You take
15.
15? Alright.
And
The tiger is not even bloody.
Tigers are kind of worse than I think.
What's the CR of a tiger?
1.
this is not as much. 11.
Okay. Tiger's bloody.
Okay.
Can we tell that something's still bloodying the tiger?
Okay, you.
Although, I'm probably not really looking there at this point.
Yeah, I don't. You guys wouldn't be looking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm watching the tiger because I just inspired the
So that
tiger.
was
Yeah.
20 and 11, I think. So I definitely should hit 2 saves.
Yeah.
Ooh, the wind actually goes down.
Okay.
So we can hear him now, at least.
Okay. The thing is, it's within 20 feet of you, right?
The
20
wind
feet
only
of you
went
is
10.
by the wind, or the
It's
10,
10
oh, it
feet.
goes 10 feet.
It's 10 feet out, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, again, you're looking at it, and it's covered in wind, and so
So
It just
when
dies
I got
if
hit,
it's
I lost concentration. I rolled a 3 on that one.
the second time, or the first time.
I rolled them together.
Okay.
So
So yeah. Again, so if you're watching the tiger, you wouldn't have seen it because there's this wind rushing around, just messing with everything. So.
Which is now gone.
Yeah. It is now calm, and so now, if there's a bump, if there's a move, there might be, but as of
I mean,
yet,
you would hear a bit of a howl of pain as I just took over 30 damage.
yeah. So it's like, so you hear like this roar as the wind dies, right? But the wind actually says it messes with the fog and disperses that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So actually, yeah, because there's all this wind, it says that it disperses it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's kind of a void. It's kind of sent everything, it's kind of sent it all away. So he's actually kind of cleaned out the area of fog. So
But at least you know that I'm taking pain at
yeah,
this.
you see him like
Bleeding. Yeah.
you see him like arch his back and
And a lot of blood.
so you keep climbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep climbing, trying to get up to him. How high up did you say it was?
Well, it's 80 feet up in the air. I'm gonna say the window was about 20, right?
Yeah, I got the 20-foot climb speed. However, I can always dash as my bonus action.
Yeah, it's gonna take that to climb. I probably shouldn't even get to you because basically it just says there's a hole in the floor. So you'd have to be climbing on the outside to get up there.
Alright, so
Okay.
I'll take my turn to get up.
So I'm just gonna say, yeah, your turn is gonna get up there. Next turn you're gonna be able to get to her.
Okay, sounds good.
Satari,
No, I went that way. I went down.
Yeah. Seeing.
you just see him howling in pain. Not really sure what's going on.
like sharks are judging when it doesn't fly, and then you cause a cyclone might have Good times.
For all you know, he's roaring because he's excited.
Oh no, this one's more of a yip than
Well, the yip would have happened right away, and then you would have lost the wind.
I suppose. But you do see blood.
Move there.
Well, bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning
You
can
have
cause
internal-
bleeding.
I suppose.
Where the blood's supposed to be, it's fine.
Bruising.
I
Well,
just
he's
move up
covered
a
in
bit.
fur. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what?
I move up a bit to about there.
Okay.
So 10 feet. And I'm just gonna
going to Bava to get over his monsters
attack, I
and
guess.
decide to steal it.
I don't know.
Could have just got over the border.
He's
I'm
howling
really.
and I'm
Give me
really-
insight. Give me insight. Yeah. See, I just don't know if you're gonna really be able to be like, there's an enemy right there, right?
No, I just didn't want to go all the way up to the pile. I wasn't stopping there because of any reasons.
Oh, you said you were gonna attack though.
No, I was gonna hold an attack in case I saw something.
Oh,
that would
because
trigger
for
that.
as far as you know, it's over.
Mhm.
So I need justification on why you would expect there to be another attack.
I'll just move forward in 10 paces.
You're gonna come up here then?
Yeah, and just
All
kind
right.
of be there in case then Damon needs help or something.
All right. I don't mean to
That
really
was yours.
force this or whatever, but yeah. Sark, Sark, you're up.
I'm like, I heard the yell. I'm just like, can I
No
know
yell.
what
No
it say?
The wind was still up, so we didn't
Well, it's
hear
this
it.
back arching that I can see from when it hit.
He God puts his mouth up, and I mean, again, give me insight.
I am proficient with insight.
I have expertise in insight.
21.
Okay, yeah, now that looks like that's enough to get a ouchie.
What's wrong?
Because what did you have?
I rolled very poorly
Okay.
with my expertise in insight, and I was very sad.
Like, what's wrong?
He's a tiger.
What do you get?
He can go snarl. He can go roar.
He can go yip.
He can make the cat noise where it's like.
Yep, quick.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of roar in rage, like not a victory roar, but like I'm still engaged style roar.
Well, you are next.
Okay, I do have something I'm going to do. Yes.
Okay. So you kind of like look up at him.
Yeah, I like, what's wrong? I'm like,
And then you spin around and do what? I'll just
Okay.
let you hold your action.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll let you just hold your turn.
yeah, I'll hold my turn if something else happens.
So as right after I got hit with that, I kind of let out another roar of pain.
Yeah.
And I spin. So did it come from behind? So I spin around. I de-shift
Okay.
from the cat, and I hold out my claw, and from within it, a bright green light of fairy fire.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. So I gotta make a dex.
Dexterity saving throw, yeah. You made it, huh?
I
Okay.
crit.
Okay. So everything is outlined in green except him, I guess.
What do you? Oh, so she's outlined in green. Well, she needs to make a saving then too.
Well, yeah, they need.
It's in a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
Is
You're on
outlined.
13?
That was fun.
14.
Yeah, I'm green.
Why isn't black?
Oops.
That's
Well,
what
actually,
I
no,
see in
it's,
it.
Does
I fail. I'm lit up.
specify friendlier in
yeah, it doesn't specify. Okay.
Standing.
And I'll yell out.
Although
I'll yell,
anything
"There's
lit
still
up
one left. He's invisible."
is
And I'm like holding the green light out, trying to
Okay.
track him.
And she starts glowing.
This very much clashes with my skin tone.
I don't know how I feel about green, to be honest.
it's not easy being green.
Can I just walk over there and just randomly attack her, like, right in front of him? Since I was holding my turn?
Also, for the clerics around, you will notice that the bird is pretty bloodied.
I mean, you point out a square and say where you're gonna hit.
I think, like, the square, like, right in front of where he was pointing initially, when he was initially casting.
Sure.
Yeah, I did try and point it like at where I thought the guy might be.
Sure.
Yeah,
Which
so-
so which square is that?
So
let's say.
So insight check on where I think I got hit from, or
Yeah, he's not
Well,
a tiger anymore. It's in front of your screen, right in front of your screen. There you
Oh,
go.
I found it. Okay, so you're here, right?
can
Turn
I make
him-
a
turn him
insight,
around.
Where I think I got hit from?
Well, you just got slammed, so you know it's. I'm giving you that it's behind you.
Okay.
So there are. It looks like there's. A few squares right next to you where you think you could hit it.
I think it would be just directly behind from where I was facing before.
Okay.
He was also probably chasing after me since he's been following me.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna do a 180 and.
Alright,
Okay.
well, yeah, I'll move to that square. I'll move to that text then.
You want to go there?
Yep.
Bump. Bump.
Okay, smacking it. I don't care if it's at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Let's see. That's a 14 to hit.
Hey, that hits.
Hey!
Barely pull that off, man.
For 6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
There's something there.
Yep.
What
there
the-
sure is something there. Adri, you see him swinging at the air? He's like, okay. What do you do?
He's a
None
mime.
of my spells allow me to hit just a target. Well, actually, yes.
I mean, if you like
Sark.
if you want to point at a square and say I'm going to shoot there with my firebolt, you can do that. It's just the same. It's just with disadvantage.
True. This seems to have taken a toll on Key. This seems pretty strong. I'm gonna cast Shatter on Sark, and I can avoid all my friends because it's an evocation.
Nice.
Nice.
I don't know if I can take one of those.
I can avoid 4 people.
Nice.
That's like really.
Well, it's a deck save, right?
Yep.
15.
I know
And
it's
it is,
con.
Constitution
Oh, is it? It's a
saving
con
throw.
save. Okay.
Yeah, it's a concept.
And my saving throw is 11.
Oh, I rolled a 12 plus 2.
So it still takes half.
Okay, so how much is half?
7.
7. Okay. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
A sudden, loud, ringing noise painfully erupts, or painfully intense erupts. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Nice.
Yeah, but that wake up the giant. That is a loud.
We'll find out, won't we? I have it in my head. Okay. Awesome. Mushu!
So you're still on the ground.
No, I'm up.
Well, you're like crawling.
No,
Yeah,
I,
he was able to crawl
I was able
out
to
and
crawl
get
out
Crawling.
and stand
so
up.
you are standing up.
I am
Yeah.
standing
Okay. I will give you a hug that is filled with a cure wounds.
Aw.
Oh.
So 9.
Okay.
Oh,
9.
your spiritual guy is gone.
Nope.
No.
You did yours.
Oh,
is.
It doesn't require concentration. It just
What?
hangs out until until its time is up.
That is.
Yeah.
That is what they
Not
do.
concentration.
It's pretty
It
nice.
doesn't disappear when you lose consciousness.
No, it
Nope.
So has anyone figured out where the other thing is?
Yeah, that's why it disappears.
All right.
Thanks,
I will
Sark.
move my spirit weapon over there and try and hit it.
I
Disadvantage.
don't know. Can you get all the way there?
I mean, it can float.
I mean, there's body.
Go over the ball.
Sure, it's just 20 feet. It can go
Yeah,
right over the
it's-
top of
like I said,
everybody.
it
It can move. It can move through its
What are
allies.
you? Are you the hammer?
He's the hammer.
Where are we putting him? Here.
Yeah, there. So I'm just gonna hit the space in front. Disadvantage?
Invisible.
That's true. 9.
That will miss. I do want to look up the rules for going down.
Yeah, I just looked up spiritual weapon stays up for the minute.
Really?
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything because there's no commands being given.
Okay, so because I was looking for the wording if it said like when you go down, like,
Spells. It doesn't
any
specify.
spells that you had go down with you.
Just the concentration.
How long does it last for? A minute?
A minute.
10 rounds.
Okay, good. So Mushu misses with the spiritual weapon. Then what do you? Oh, that was it. Yeah. Taman.
Taman. Well, I saw him try fairy fire and didn't light anything up, but then he swung and he seemed to hit
Yeah,
something.
you guys are like.
So I'm casting fairy fire.
Awesome.
Deck save. It's an eerie purple glow.
We got green and purple.
DC 14.
Ooh, that face.
Rolled an 18.
Oh, wow. This thing is.
And then my spirit weapon will go over the top and try to hit in that,
That
same
means
area.
all of you are now glowing though.
Yes.
They all have to make saves too, though.
I mean,
Okay.
again.
Can she get lit up again?
You wouldn't have been going anyway.
Well, I can do it so that it stops right next to those guys and goes
The
back
cube.
further because it's a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, you can aim it over.
Does it say a space a space you can see, or does it say a person?
No, it's a space it's a point I can see.
That's awesome. All right.
And then I will swing with my spirit weapon. 12 and a 10, so the 10 plus 6 is 16. Does 16
That
hit?
does hit. That was
Okay.
with disadvantage.
Yeah, that was with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So, 5 plus 4, it does 9 force damage.
9 force damage. All right.
Okay, well, that must be where it is because my spirit weapon hit it.
Okay.
You heard a satisfying crunch.
Okay.
Well,
Force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah.
You almost never roast anybody.
Rolled a freaking 20.
Scratch it. Oh, must be jealous.
All these crits. Wow. It was almost all fours. That would have been fun. Unless it would have been all sixes, that would have been more fun.
Which die got the crit? Which die got the crit?
Huh?
Did you crit?
Oh, this one did.
No, it didn't.
You don't have, or you have late start.
12
right?
plus 5 is 17 plus 3. Oh, so 20.
Okay. Is this multiple hits?
That's the first hit.
Okay, 20 for the first hit. Alright. I do go down.
You go down?
I go down.
Okay. Alright. And then
you're no longer green. Because Fairy Fire, my Fairy Fire went out.
oh, sure. Yeah.
Is Fairy Fire concentration?
Believe so. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hang on.
Well,
This episode,
then
you
that-
guys.
fine. If my Fairy Fire didn't light the thing up, then I'm not going to concentrate on it.
I don't know why, but every time that joke's made, even though it's really overused, it's funny.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, I just double checked this. Okay. This was an invisible stalker. Probably actually good for you guys, because these guys hate having to do what their master told them. And here's what happened: as they're walking away from you, okay, my guy did a stealth. Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
To command it.
He did a sleight of hand to open up a bag that the invisible stalker came out.
What kind of a bag can you hold an invisible stalker
We're about
in?
to find out.
Yeah, I think so.
And the command was kill the bird. And so it came and it hit you, and then it stayed on you, and then it stayed on you, and it stayed on, and then you went down. And then it says once it completes its task, even if the summoner dies, it just vanishes. And so you guys are like all getting ready, right? I just imagine like, oh, we gotta do hit and scratch. Okay, here's what happens with it. Okay, so you get over to him and you try like waking him and pushing him.
I'm going inside of his ear.
Right? Okay, so you're like doing this or whatever, you're like trying to wake him up, and you're trying. His ear isn't that big, but you are kind of like doing. And then you notice he's got like, there's like a twine. It's big for, well, it would be rope to you guys, I guess. He's got rope hanging around his neck, and attached to it is a note.
Oh.
And it says on there.
In what language?
Encased.
Oh yeah.
I can read.
We'll say in common because he knows you most of it. Yeah, we'll say common. And it says, to wake me up, you must say the magic words.
The magic word.
That's all it says.
Please wake up.
That's not the magic word. You look underneath it. There's nothing there. You look. You just like, this is just a stupid riddle, and that's what it says.
But sesame. Abracadabra.
So you just keep trying.
Deaderific.
Keep trying.
That's the
signal. Get the signal.
No. Is the signal.
No,
It's
give him
the
the signal.
So, yeah.
That's not
Alfalfa.
No, dude, I'm telling you.
Fafna beans.
I love the Jurassic Park reference. Did anyone else pick up on
Yes.
that?
Yep.
Thank you. So glad. Okay.
It's the White Rabbit.
So, Zatari,
Yes.
what do you do? Because, like, I want to just play this out because you guys think it's still there. Someone has to find out that it's not anymore. So, what would you do? You're, like, glowing for a while, and then you stop glowing, and then things happen, and then he goes down. And what do you do as he goes down?
I can't do that because I think I need to see it.
How do you make fun of something you can't see?
Yeah, I have to be able to see it. I'll just walk over there.
Okay. So with him falling right at your feet, that's what you do? You ignore him and move on? Yeah. Yeah?
There's literally nothing I can do for him.
Okay.
Have
So
you ever
what do you
seen
do?
her heal anyone? Thing is, I think she
Try
can
to
too.
stab it.
Okay, roll disadvantage. How bad is the roll? Is that what I want to know? It's an 8. Okay. Well, you've seen other people swing at this and not miss. Key, what? I want you to make me say that thing. Sark, what do you do?
Moving up there. I'll move forward into the space. Like, what is it still there? I'm gonna try and smack it in
Okay,
the
so
face too.
I'm just gonna. Okay, so we'll just play this
everyone
out.
attacks?
You guys just keep attacking the space for a
Well,
while.
I'll attack the space and then I will.
Oh, I'm
follow
gonna
up with a
fairy
healing
fire
word.
again.
Right? Yeah. So you guys. Well, I won't make you. Well, I guess it's. Well,
It's a
this
spell.
will be
I'm
after
keeping
this.
track. But after the second one, I'm just going to assume it's
17 to
immune
hit
to
the
fairy
space
fire.
there.
Even with disadvantage?
Yeah, even with disadvantage. I roll both 10s. It's a plus 7.
Okay, so you feel real confident you're gonna.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Nothing.
nothing, and you guys are swinging and swing, and so.
And then,
And my spirit
And then
weapon-
bonus action, I'll healing word.
Okay.
Hey, with this
You heal for 5.
Okay, so you guys swing for a while. You're just kind of waiting for it because it just seems to be attacking him a lot, and
Ask
you're
him.
like bracing yourself. You come back, right? How do you feel about being brought back? Because you just keep getting smoked and smoked, and they're just like waving at this space, and the
After the
What,
first
spiritual
one, I just walked away.
weapons are doing this, and
Oh,
What?
detect evil and good.
oh, okay.
I was gonna say I was
Because that will detect an elemental.
detect magic because I don't know if that works.
I don't know if that would work.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
they're not. What?
You're upstairs.
I'm gonna shout out. Does anyone know what the magic word is?
You actually read about this. You do know what the magic word is.
Oh. Yes!
How do you say Farfignugan in giant?
How do you say Farfignugan in giant?
Yeah. Or maybe that is just a giant
It's just
word.
it's just fine.
Do you want Farfignugan to be a word? I'll let you say what the word is.
I already seen that's place online.
No, I just say yes! That's all I say.
Turn to the giant. Yes.
All right. So finally, after some time, I won't make you burn your spells. You guys are like, I think it's gone. And Sark just starts grabbing at the air.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
where are you, you son of a
You're on the ground, like waiting to get hit again, just kind of like.
I'm healing myself. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What?
I'm healing myself.
So, you guys figure out whatever this was is gone.
Okay.
I would
And
love to investigate these
my
bodies.
players know that it was a visible stalker, but no one else knows. It was just this force.
What are the
Still be
vultures
around.
doing?
The vultures
Are they a-
edging towards the bodies.
Well, they want-
I'd like to.
All right, so
To investigate those.
yes, let's investigate the bodies first.
With a natural
Okay.
20 for 20.
Oh, what are these ears that they're wearing?
Okay.
I'd really like to get a vulture to a javelin.
Okay. You find here's what you got. Okay. You do find on one of them that there is it's a smiling bag.
Smiling
I'm
bag.
gonna
It's
take
a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'll let you do
I mean,
that.
if you want to figure out what it is,
I
you
just-
You called it first. I'll give it to you.
And I have a natural 20, so.
Yeah.
That's fine. You got it.
You find another interesting looking pouch that feels like it's filled with some sort of fine sand or dust. I'm gonna finish it real quick here.
Hey, if you're interested over there, as I'm like trying to tend the key.
And I will
Dust.
I will give you, I'll roll up gold and stuff what they're each carrying after we're done.
And like
But that's
armor.
what you find.
But the smiling bag is a bag of
They're all just leather armor and scimitars. That's what they got.
Leather armor.
Bloody leather armor.
If you'd asked me, I could figure that out.
Yeah. Say
What
what?
is this with the smile?
Give me 10 minutes, I can figure out what it is.
Okay.
I'll ritual cast identify on it.
Okay.
This bag of dust.
I can check that too after the bang.
Well, she
Come to
can
think of
check
it,
that
so
at
can
the
I.
same time.
I can do the other
Wait,
one.
can I do detect magic?
No, identify.
I actually know
Oh.
identify.
So does she.
Through my domain.
Right.
Yes, you can spell.
Do clerics get to detect magic though? Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
they
have
yes.
detect magic.
Alright, so 10 minutes pass, like, yeah, it's a bag of holding. Potion stuff. Good find. Ritual cast identify on that.
What's the dust sand stuff?
Okay, so you find a bag of holding. You watch him as he kind of puts his hand
Oh, that's gonna be
all
helpful.
the way into it.
Covers his head.
Oh, then he can't breathe.
No.
We don't want to do that.
No, I don't want to stick my.
No, he can breathe for 10 minutes. He can breathe for 10 minutes in there.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
The problem is that
Priestess is the most obvious one.
this is this is pixie dust.
Ooh.
This is pixie dust.
And
Okay.
All we need is a little bit of trust and.
Do I know what pixie dust does?
yeah, you sprinkle it on something and something happens depending on the pixie dust. So
Oh, interesting. This.
use
It's
that.
Well, it's somewhat random what happens too, I
it's
think.
random, so I don't think you do get to know that.
He might get to know the possibilities.
Would I know
Okay,
the
we'll do
possibilities
that.
about
Yeah, we'll give you that to you. I like that. That's good. You get a good feeling it'll make you fly.
Oh, see.
Fly.
It will.
It could turn you invisible. It has the possibility to turn you invisible, doesn't it?
Possibly. Let him read.
Maybe.
Let him read.
Okay, sorry.
I can't listen and read at the same time is the problem.
Sorry.
It might knock you out.
Okay.
Insta sleep.
You might become confused
Okay.
by the spell,
Confusion.
or yeah, you become invisible for an hour.
Interesting. Either this can knock you out, make your guys confused, make you fly, or make you invisible. Might be useful, might be risky.
Is the flight
So who'd
permanent
you
or
put it on?
temporary?
No, as I was expecting, identifying this, I give it back to Taman because he had it.
All right, well, that's where we're going to end today. And, well, one more thing so we don't have to deal with it next time. Do you let the vultures do their thing?
Yeah. Could we push the bodies a little farther away from the door though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like halfway up the cloud.
Yeah.
I kind of
They, one of them tries to snap at you if you get too close, but
Oh no.
they follow the bodies. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. And again, man, I hope you enjoyed it. We had some good fun, some more fun character developments. We, again, I've never had the chance to pile that many bodies on a character. That was fun. So
Taman would appreciate it if you didn't do it again.
yeah. Well, again, it just worked, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just the second guy who fell on you was kind of my choice. The fourth guy that fell on you was kind of my choice.
Taman did identify himself as a target.
Yeah, he sure did, and it was.
Only in a blaze of light did you
So, if you're joining us on Twitch, don't forget to follow us. If you are watching on YouTube, man, like on it. Feel free to comment. We definitely love to read those. Or subscribe. That would be awesome. Hit the bell.
Yeah, D6 Keeps MN. Check out the bot there.
Yep, you can see us there. Otherwise, we'll see you next Monday.
All right, good night.
Bye.